Yippee! Hey! Welcome to Australia, cocksucker!
Live.
That was awesome.
Dude, I'm laughing back here like fucking no other. And it's like if anybody saw it, they'd be like, "This is the sickest shit in the world. Why is he laughing so hard?"
Yeah.
The one that got me too was the girl or the kid or whatever who's wearing like the leather face mask, and then like they're dancing in front of the car, like trying to get the car's attention, and then the semi just
Yeah.
Devil's Rejects, man.
Devil's
Awesome.
Rejects, yeah.
Oh, that was the Rejects. That's right. That was Rejects.
Yeah, Brian's gonna be here in just a minute. Benicio is a maybe. Benicio is supposed to be joining us, but he has something come up. But Brian should be here in just a moment. So we're gonna sit here, just kind of get things going here. Read the chat. I guess you guys want to know what the fuck we're doing. If y'all couldn't figure it out. So the original plan tonight, we were going to be doing our career stream.
Top 5 animal murder movies. Top 5 movies where animals get slaughtered.
For top 5 kangaroo movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they had to be postponed because Dr. Ordinary couldn't make it. So we had to kind of step back and punt. So we are doing, I guess we can go and announce it. Now so you motherfuckers are here.
Yeah.
We're doing the top 5 summer horror movies. Is what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, Anthony did a top 10 summer horror movies.
Yeah.
And we all thought that's a great idea. Wait for his channel. We're going to do it later, kind of later, let his channel just marinate with that and then do our own top 5. And then it just kind of worked out into summer. Here we are. We'll do it.
Yeah. It's not time to do it. If we got busy doing other stuff where summer would be over, wouldn't make as much sense. So it seemed like the right time to do it. So yeah, these are some great movies that I got to watch some good ones I've seen a million times but hadn't seen in years. I don't think I really watched anything new during everything I've seen before. But yeah, it was a good time, man. It was a good time getting ready for this.
Yeah,
for sure.
Fun rewatching a lot of these.
Didn't watch any bad movies. I kind of had an idea what I wanted to throw in there for this, at least contenders.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should be a good time. So we'll read the chat. Wait on Brian to get here. He should be here in a moment. He just messaged me a minute ago, said he was on the way. Tony, what's going on, buddy?
What's up?
All notes. Good to see you, man.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, I know he loves Uncle Tony, don't
he? Yeah, everybody loves Uncle Tony.
Wild Wrangler, what's going on, buddy? All right. Walter says, look, the guessing game again. Well, ta-da.
Yeah, here it is.
So, Chrissy the Slasher dude. Hey, Mr. Donnie, that's a nice steal of the Meg. Hey, Chris. Caveman's in the house. What's going on, Caveman?
Let us know in the chat if you like the mystery idea or you want to know ahead of time or what. Throw some of these, maybe every once in a while we just throw in them. Hey, we're doing a top 5.
Yeah, as I was making the thumbnail today, I was like, this feels a little clickbaity. I was like, fuck it. I mean, these guys are going to be here anyway, probably.
Yeah,
but make it a little more fun, make them guess it. But
yeah,
I guess it was a little clickbaity, but it's all right.
Caveman,
what's going on, Caveman?
Reed, what's going on, buddy? I enjoyed having you on last night, man.
Yeah.
Spicy, my brother, thank you for the shout out. Saying, hey, Ken Carlson, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Ken.
Said to Eubanks, what's up, everyone? I'm eating popcorn and drinking some beer and Hennessy. Sounds like a hell of a Saturday night.
All right. Yeah, that's the way to kick off the Saturday night.
Let's see. Make sure I ain't leaving nobody out here. There's Allie. What's going on, Allie?
Hey, Allie. The burning.
Yeah, that burning scene. That's a classic scene.
So good.
That slash across the forehead there at the very end. Oh, that's just great effects for the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's going on, Texas?
Hey,
everybody. Everybody's saying, hey, back and forth. A lot of haze. Chris says, I'll go slow ahead. Try shoveling some of this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And by the way, before we go any further, I'm just going to let everybody fucking know that this is off the table. And everybody knows this is everybody's number one. I want to just take the pressure off. So, obviously, this is the summer fucking movie. Then there's everything else. So just to be fair to all these other fantastic movies we're going to talk about, obviously this is number one. We're taking this off the table. So just get that pressure off the like. My number one will not be Jaws tonight in this stream.
So none of our number one will be Jaws.
So like I said,
Those are the
everybody in
rules.
the chat's going, well, this motherfucker's number one's going to be Jaws, obviously. Well,
Yeah.
Jaws is off the table. And that includes Jaws 2, 3, 4, all the rest of the fuckers. All the Jaws movies for me personally are going to be off the table. So
What about Cruel Jaws?
that probably wouldn't make the list anyway. So I'm gonna start watching those fucking movies tomorrow. I got 5 of his movies to watch. That'll be my Sunday. I will watch that tomorrow. The next time we have a live stream, we can talk about Cruel Jaws. I'm sure it's going to be just as wonderful as I keep hearing.
Oh yeah.
Look at all these haze here, y'all. Hell yeah, 3 finger.
3 finger, yeah.
Wild Reynolds said, "Pops, wrong turn 4." Was that part 4?
That was part 1.
Was that 1?
Yeah. We had a good run of, fucked up retards eating people movies.
Mhm.
And that's one of the all-time greats.
Oh yeah. Ken says, "Who here got the Bruce Lee 4K set?" Oh, there's Brian. I see you this time, Brian. I've been looking.
There.
You've done it for a while last night.
Hey
Hold
guys,
on, Brian.
what's up?
Ken says, "Who here got the Bruce Lee 4K set? Took 4 copies before I got a mint one. Going to be tough to top this set of the year. Set of the year.
Yeah, I didn't pick it up.
Yeah, I didn't either, man. I wanted to. I was on the fence, but I already had all the movies, and I just don't want to drop that kind of money for it. But it's a great looking set.
And
Wow.
Enter the Dragon is the only one that's not 4K, I think, in the set. I remember right.
I'm not 100% sure, but not 100% sure. But I got all those movies from Shout Select and other places, but
Yeah.
I decided to hold off on it.
It took 4 copies before he got a mint one.
But
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
it's the set of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
That's
he went
the one
down to
that
the archive
Tony-
to get it.
Tony got messed up too, right?
Yeah,
A lot of people
most
did.
Everybody
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
a lot
At
of
least
people
the
do.
first run. From what I heard was the retailers were ordering large quantities of them, and that was causing them to because the package was so heavy, it was getting things fucked up. So they started ordering them in smaller quantities, and it helped.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Yeah.
I always say, hey, everybody in the chat. Let's see. Wilkie, what's going on, man?
What's up, Wilkie?
Hey Corey, how's it going, man?
Hello.
It says RIP to the Kangaroos.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I seen them driving to the titty twister, I said, this motherfucker's going to end this intro with him doing his little chicken pussy thing. The cheeks, whatever. So I thought, oh shit, I'm fixing to get kicked off YouTube.
I had all kinds of ideas for it. I love that bit from the Wolf Creek 2.
Oh, yeah.
He's just hitting the kangaroos of the car.
Smashing kangaroos to death.
His
Yeah.
laugh, dude. His laugh is so fucking classic, man.
Sorry,
It's-
Skippy.
And supposedly he had to work for a really long time to get that laugh down pat.
Yeah.
And the main star part 1 said that she still has nightmares about that fucking laugh. He said that it just terrorized her.
Yeah.
But he said he had to work really hard to get that laugh down just right.
I mean, what is that? 2003? From what I remember, it kind of bombed. People just overlooked it, but I saw it in the theater. I was thrilled with it.
Yeah. I'm a recent fan. I just started watching them. I guess last year is when I
Yeah.
watched them. I'm a fucking huge fan now. I love them.
Yeah, man.
Ken, the Basement Blues. I ended up going to the archive to get mine. Was done playing games.
Yeah, they had them there.
Yep. What's going on, Magic Hands?
Magic
Yeah,
Hands.
Magic.
Chris says WTF. I'm assuming he's talking about maybe the intro.
Yeah.
Sorry, Skippy. So fucking great.
Yeah.
What's going on, Sydney? Crazy ass intro. Yeah, no doubt.
I've watched that intro a few times, getting it right just for the stream. He doesn't even turn the wheel. Doesn't even try to miss anything. The other guy's swerving ahead of him, trying to miss all these. They just plows right through.
What's funny is before he got the part for that role, the way they found him is he was like a host for a gardening show, like a gardening local TV or some kind of gardening TV show, reality show or some shit.
Yeah.
And he went from that to this crazy fucker. So he really hadn't done a whole lot.
Yeah.
And so Tony said, wish he could go to the archive. Yeah, I got a Blu-ray set of it, Kim. Alex says, not the kangaroos. I'm only okay with the clip because I love that movie and Mick Taylor.
Yeah.
We watched Frogger with Humans.
Yeah.
Basic Blues, I live 75 miles away. Did you get Razorback 4K Collector's Edition from Umbrella? Beautiful hard box set. Yeah, I know I didn't grab it. I just got that from Screen Factory and hadn't even watched that one yet, so I didn't grab it. And Brian is waiting in the back again, Holland said. I was watching this time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll just get through all these haze here. So still waiting to receive it, he said to Kim. Top movies with Shears? Close.
Yes.
There might be
Top
some more
five-
Shears pop up.
Top 5 gardening movies.
Gardening movies. Yeah.
Top 5 summer horror movies. Now, there's a good topic right there.
Mhm.
Every summer film is Friday the 13th, and yes, burning with that.
That's it, and we're done.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
It's been fun, guys. Gizmo, what's going on, buddy? I'm a virgin. Hold on, let me read this first. What's up?
We know that part. Because
Everybody's read it for yourself. All right, there are films that should be cut in the subtitles when the subtitles are dangerous for minor monkeys. Okay.
Sure.
Mystery top 5 with mystery guests will be fun from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin says, hey, Gizmo, watch the challenge from your Kino Lorber 4K announcement. Nice. Hey, Cases, I thought it was a cool idea, Pops.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I like the mystery top 5 idea.
There we go.
Cool. Jaws, the Revenge Christmas. Appreciate it. What's going on, Coco?
Hey, Coco.
Go.
Kevin says, Jaws 6, the musical. I heard it's coming. Yeah,
Oh, dear God.
that'd be rough.
Coco, those were CGI kangaroos.
It just straight up murder balled.
Singing Jaws would be great. Pops, I will listen really close to your lips when it comes to Cruel Jaws within a week. I know that is a movie that will kick Jaws off the throne. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Going on, Side Hustle. My dumbass thought you were going to show mystery movies as in whodunits. And that's funny you say that because originally I called Brad today because when I made the thumbnail, I put I put mystery. How'd I have it, Brad? It was mystery movies top 5 or some shit like that. Or no, it was top 5 mysteries.
Mystery top 5 live stream.
Right. And I changed it because I thought it was going to be fucking people think we were doing like Scooby-Doo movies.
Yeah.
And you know what's
Some
funny
shit.
about that? When I was posting to my community page, as I was typing it, I caught that because I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, well, I don't want them to think it's top 5 mystery, so I
Right.
changed it before I hit submit. But I was thinking that same thing. Like, oh, I don't want them to think that, you know,
Yeah.
like detective mystery type movies.
But Tony said I ordered directly from Arrow and it came damaged twice.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Coco says, hey, Pops. Hey to everybody. Appreciate it, Coco. Wyrun says, we need Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1994K.
Yeah.
I can't believe they haven't
Sure
done
that's
that
coming.
yet. That seems like the easiest. People love the Turtles, man.
Hold on, my phone's possessed.
I can't believe they haven't done that. I mean, people love especially the 1990 classic one, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even 2. Secret of the Ooze. People.
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
Coco, I know why Brian is late. You had to finish the Crazy Eye Crab movie for the 10th time. Yeah, they're hooked. Arrow's the worst of packaging. I don't know why they never learn. I have at least 5 box sets for them with damage. Chris East is 33 here, 13 likes, even though I like that number / more the likes button. Yeah, appreciate it, Chris.
Cool.
Gizmo, you know how obsessed I am with the Crazy Eye Crab movie. I just can't help myself. I have to watch it every chance I get. That's one of my Scream Factory movies. I got it for sale, by the way.
I saw that.
If anybody needs a copy.
Damn Dirty 8, what's going on? So, hey, y'all seen Wake and Fright? Have y'all seen Wake and Fright? It's got Donald Pleasance as well as kangaroo killings right up y'all's alley.
I guess they're a real problem over there. Kangaroos, they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're kind of like how we have deer here. They got kangaroo.
Yeah. Okay, says I am too. The eyes just drags me out of this world every time. Looks like my grandmother when she had glasses on. So, hey, what's up, Miss Caveman? So hello to everyone.
This caveman.
Oh,
Ken says Wake and Fright is good. It's good at exploitation. Not in my top 5, but solid for sure. I think that means Piranha, but Piranha is a summer film.
Yeah.
definitely.
Ken says should have my Severin, Nightmare of a Damaged Brain 4K early next week. Nice, man.
Oh, they shipped. Somebody got a shipping notification. Great.
Good there.
What time?
It's a cinematic masterpiece. Can't believe I thought The Wizard of Oz was my favorite movie of all time for so long. I was dead wrong. So I have my Grindhouse order finally arriving on the 17th. What's going on, Trini?
Trini, what's
Everybody?
up?
Training.
We're getting there, guys. Sorry to get through. There's a lot of haze. Every time I jump in, there's like 30 haze. The monkey, what's going on? You don't have to cut in subtitles for me. They are fine. I am not a minor. Eddie, what's going on?
What's up, Eddie?
Eddie.
Alex says, I don't think my username will ever top Damn Dirty 8. It just never gets old.
Solid.
Yeah, it's a solid one. Wild Wrangler says, notice kangaroo started running when car and truck coming up.
Yeah.
Hey, because I have a bunch of rabbits where I live. They be thumping.
Yeah. I went through a town in Nevada that had like crickets all over everything, all over the road. And if you slowed down to pull into a gas station, it would just crunch, crunch, crunch the whole way. The whole fucking town was covered with them.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I think I saw a video clip somewhere of that.
Yeah, somewhere in northern Nevada when I was there a couple months ago. And I just thought everybody seemed to be like, oh, this is normal. This happens all the time. I didn't even ask any questions. I just got my gas and fucking left.
Yeah, we went camping one time and there was y'all know what a Georgia thumper is?
No.
I can't say that I do.
It's a cricket. Imagine if Arnold Schwarzenegger was a fucking cricket.
Oh, okay.
It's a cricket about that fucking big.
God,
And-
so gross.
And them bitches were, I mean, you couldn't walk without crunching on one. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
We ended up going somewhere else to camp. It was the damnest thing I ever seen. I'll never forget it. I was about 10. Scared the shit out of me. That's something out of a damn horror movie.
That is.
I was all over the Southwest, all the way up into Oregon. I took one picture while I was out there. Well, I'm sorry, I had two pictures. One of a Bigfoot statue and then one of that gas station that was covered with crickets. That was my whole trip.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the first time hearing the term Ozploitation, so I'm definitely going to look more into that. Yeah, man, there's a lot of good movies in that genre. I guess that's a genre. That genre.
Yeah,
So
Umbrella has a whole line on them.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a nice. They're nice little sets too.
Mhm.
It's basically just Australian fucked up movies, genre movies, really.
Yeah,
So this is, I have a lot to learn about horror movies. It's not the same as it was back in the days, but some horror movies are solid. I'll be sure to check out Ozploitation's Fair Games, Razorback, Long Weekend, Next to Kin, and Turkey Shoot. Yep.
some good ones.
I just got Fair Game from partner label.
Yep. I watched Turkey Shoot not very long ago for the first time.
That's
I
right.
enjoyed it.
Umbrella's now with Vinegar Syndrome. They're partnering with them.
Yeah, it wasn't them. I think it was like Dark Star or something.
Yeah. But they got that, what is it, the Dead? Something was the first
Undead.
Umbrella. Yeah, Undead, right?
Yeah.
Gizmo said to Coco, I believe they are releasing it on 4K now. It would be like Christmas, birthday, and funeral at the same time.
Well, Pops better sell his soon. Before they do that.
Yeah. It ain't going for much anyway. Not that much.
$60 is a lot.
Was that one going for 6? I thought it was going for 30 when I looked on eBay.
Crab movie, yeah.
Maybe it was 60. I got like 4 or 5 out of Prince. I got it on Facebook right now.
Yeah.
Whatever I see them going for, I was doing like $5 less. The only person that commented was your like, Brian. By the way, ain't nobody said shit to me.
Right,
No messages at all.
You probably got excited too, and I liked it.
Yeah. Oh, damn, that's just Brian. Alex says they be thumping. Chris, I have The Long Weekend on my wish list. Or are they just horror animal films?
Long Weekend, Synapse. I've never seen it actually. So it seems like Animal Attack, Wilderness type thing.
Miss Kevin, when I lived in Miami, we had crabs everywhere during their mating season. Hey, everybody. While Reynolds said Brad saw Cricket Foot.
Yeah.
I only have 3 exploitation films I have not seen yet that I know about. I need more titles to look up. The Monkey says, I'm waiting for them to make a Crocodile Dundee into a horror movie. So maybe since the 35 years rule, they have to wait.
Wolf Creek's the closest thing you have.
Yeah, see, Wolf Creek is pretty close to it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to go in and get started here. We're going to start off on number 5. And Anthony, looks like you got the hot seat, man. You get to go first.
All right. Number 5, we're going to go with Tourist Trap.
Solid, man.
Yeah, this is a fun PG-rated horror film. You know, it was before it was 5 years before the PG-13 rating would become a thing. The director was actually hoping this would get an R rating because it probably would have been more commercially successful if it had, but they ended up just giving it a PG rating because it's not super gory or bloody. It is disturbing in a lot of ways, and the ladies that were gonna get naked, the director was kind of shy about asking them, and then when he finally built up the courage, hey ladies, you think you want to get naked for this scene, where they're out in the water and everything, and they're like, no, we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So all these things combined ended up making it just like a PG rated movie because there's no boobs, there's not a ton of gore, but it is a very disturbing movie. And this is the uncut version here from Full Moon Features, about this, these 6 young adults get stranded on the road, and they get some help from this guy named Slauson. And they start basically getting picked off one by one by this mysterious slasher person wearing this mask here. And this guy also has telekinetic powers. if the movie wasn't weird enough, this guy actually got telekinetic powers. So, he can move objects and sharp blades and all this stuff. And then he's got mannequins that he can move around, and it's really creepy. There's this very eerie score that's going throughout, and these weird, laughing, screaming kind of sounds throughout the film. It's just very eerie. It's a great score. Anytime the mannequins come alive, they start laughing or screaming or whatever, and it's very creepy. But yeah, it's directed very well. And the kills are pretty good, like I said, but not overly gory or bloody or anything. But it builds up the suspense and the tension very well. I think that's what this film does best.
Yeah.
And it is a mystery who the killer is. I'm not going to, say or anything. But it's kind of this is kind of similar to House of Wax in a way. It's not the same movie or anything, but it is similar to it. But yeah, I really dig this one a lot, and it's a fun watch, and I feel like not a lot of people talk about it,
Yeah.
So
There's a literal tourist trap right next to the area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And and it's just got a lot of cool practical effects, like the mannequins that come to life, and you got the mannequins that have like the guns, and there's the Indian one that's got the tomahawk that he throws and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff in this, especially for as like low of a budget as they had. And I think the acting's decent. I believe all the people in there, and the guy Chuck Connors who plays Slauson, he was actually hoping that this would make his career after he did it, as just being one of the main actors in a horror movie and stuff. He was hoping it would kind of make his career, but it didn't quite end up working out that way. but he's excellent in it, and so's the whole cast. Everybody's great. So definitely go check out Tourist Trap. It's a fun one.
Yeah, you can get that on Full Moon sales pretty regularly for around $8.
Yeah, that's where I got it from. Yeah, I got it right from their site, and yeah, right during that 50% off sale.
Brian, what you got number 5, buddy?
Yeah, I'm going kind of cannibal on this one.
Right
Let's
on.
go. I'm gonna go with Cut and Run.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Damn.
So this is kind of a crazy
Long.
movie.
Long out of print slip.
Oh yeah.
Way out of print.
I mean, you can still get it like that, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think. But it
I have that
started.
without slip. Damn it.
You can't get it anymore. That Capstone site's gone now. It's defunct. That website's gone. But this one stars Willie Ames, and also has Michael Berryman, Karen Black in here. Pretty much about this camera crew going into the Amazon jungle to find, and they like lose their one of the crew members on this remote island in the jungle, and they go out to find him and stuff like that. And then they of course they come across cannibals, and Michael Berryman's in there just wielding a machete the whole time, trying to hunt him down and kill him too.
Yeah.
As well as all sorts of like crazy, like anything in the jungle it goes, like bugs and snakes and all sorts of shit. Just a lot of fun. Ruggero Deodato film. Doesn't get a lot of talk about. Always enjoyed seeing this one ever since I picked up this Blu-ray, and just I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen it. Sorry, but
Well, yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I think they go under the guise. They're looking for somebody, but they go under the guise that they're going to go film a cult leader,
yeah, that's right.
and Michael Berryman works for him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's the same guy that's a cult leader in about 7 movies. I can't remember what his name is.
I think it's John Steiner.
I don't know if that's it or not, but you'd know him if you've seen him. He's got the cult leader
Yeah.
face. He's in that Freddy Krueger ripoff with the dreams, and he's a cult leader that burns himself alive. And
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the name of that movie fucking either, but
Yeah.
Michael Berryman's kind of ripped on the cover there.
Yeah, he looks kind of ripped on the cover. Yeah.
That's probably the best he's ever looked. Poor guy.
This is that Nathan Thomas Milliner who does a lot of the artwork for Scream Factory. So yeah, that's my number 5. It's Cut and Run.
those clips are cool, man.
I want to shed some light on some of the less talked about summer films. So
So
Nice, man.
your next picks, I know what you did last summer.
no, I just like movie, like any of these, like Avocado, like Amazon Avocado Jungle, whatever the fuck. I don't know what you call
Yeah.
it. Any of these like crazy cannibal movies.
What
I
Brian's
figure
trying
I
to
watch
say
them
is
every
he
summer.
loves animal cruelty.
Yeah,
So anything with animal cruelty in it, he's gonna make
yeah. I had some turtle soup earlier. You know.
some turtle soup, and frog legs.
Cut up the frog legs, for an hors d'oeuvre.
Got the frog legs. Yeah, monkey brains.
Good stuff.
All right, my number 5, call it recency bias. I don't care, but it's Infinity Pool from 2023, written and directed by Brandon Cronenberg. It's shot in Croatia and Hungary. I could have swore it was shot in Greece, but it says Croatia and Hungary. Takes place in a fictional vacation resort island compound type thing in a third world country. Basically, you have this husband and wife character on vacation, and it's one of those tourist areas where they tell you don't leave the compound, or we can't, it's going to be really dangerous and stuff. And of course they do. They get into some trouble, and they find out on this fictional island, the punishment for every crime is death. And it goes into some sci-fi elements from there. Crazy gore, crazy hedonistic shit going on. I don't want to talk too much about this because it is a 2023. A lot of people haven't seen it. Some of these guys haven't seen it. I know Brian.
I haven't seen it. I gotta come on.
But this is gonna be short and sweet. Brandon Cronenberg, I'm a big fan of. I like his stuff. This movie will sit with you, and everybody that I've talked to that has seen it, they kind of liked it the second time a little more, the third time a little more. There's a cut version and uncut version. Normally, I would say go with the uncut version. The cut version is plenty fine, especially if you're a dude. I'll leave it at that. this is the Canadian release. Don't spend your money on this. There is a US 4K coming out at the end of the month. If you haven't bought this movie already, just wait for that. And like I said, short and sweet. I don't have a whole lot to say about this because I don't want to get into spoilers at all, because I know a lot of people haven't seen this, but vacation, summer, horror, sci-fi. There's some sci-fi stuff in there, but it's mostly horror. Check it out, man, if you haven't seen it.
Hell yeah.
Short and
I'll be
sweet.
watching
Like
the
I
same,
said,
man.
can't
I
really
got that
talk about it.
4K pre-ordered.
Still, we saw it in January, and it's still probably one of the craziest movies we've seen this year.
Yeah, it's nuts. And the uncut is a little more nuts. The uncircumcised cut.
All right, so my number 5. This is going to seem kind of obvious, I think. Whatever. I feel pretty sure this is a summer movie.
Friday the 13th.
Summer of '84.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Good pick.
This is a really fun movie. You guys hadn't checked this out, man. It's you got a group of kids. You get the feel of the '80s. I'm an '80s kid, so I really enjoy this movie for kind of a throwback for that. Movie like this, the better the kids are in the movie, the better the movie is. And I thought the kids did a really good job in this movie. I cared about all the kids. I thought it did a really good job kind of developing those characters. It's a really good time. The movie. One thing about the movie is it feels kind of like an entry horror movie. When you first start watching the movie, this is kind of like a tame kind of if it's something you would show somebody that's getting into horror. It's not too hardcore.
Kid horror.
And right, and if you're not really into that, just kind of stay tuned, because like in the third act, this thing gets really fucking dark.
Yeah,
it really does. So more of you slasher fans out there, the hardcore fans, I think you still can enjoy this, because the last act, it does get pretty dark. It goes places I didn't think it was going to go. First time I watched this was the second time watch for me. First time I watched was on streaming, and then this third time watch. I watched after I got the release, and I just watched it the third time. But I tell you, it holds up, and it's a good movie. It's a fun time. You got 3 directors, and anytime you have 3 directors, sometimes that worries me. It's like, why does it take 3 guys to make a movie? Sometimes you kind of think, that's how I think anyway. I can't even pronounce the fuckers' names. They all sound French. Francois, whatever the fuck, and 2 other guys. It don't really matter. But anyway, the fucking movie's great. It's a fun time. There's a lot of throwbacks to the 80s, like I was saying. Like, there's one scene where they're all riding on their bikes. They're playing Bananarama. It's kind of like a throwback to like a Karate Kid scene. There's a lot of cool shit when I was reading the notes on this, whatever. And I don't know exactly what this means. I think I do, but I'm just going to read it to y'all. It basically says, when the guys are entering the home, one of the kids says, "I have a bad feeling about this," which is a reference to the Star Wars movie. And then it does the timestamp of 43 minutes and 29 seconds. I'm thinking they said it in the movie at 43 minutes and 29 seconds. And I think that's the exact same time they say it in Star Wars. Maybe not, but that seems cool.
The nerdiest fact you have ever presented.
But hey, I literally went, "Oh, damn, that's pretty cool." And I meant to go look up Star Wars and go to 4329 and see, but I didn't have time.
Let's take his lunch money.
Yeah, get him.
Faraday, one of the kids in the movie, if not Faraday wears very similar, if not the same make of aviator glasses worn by the serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer. So stuff like that. And like when it was showing all the kids victims, the killers, like past victims, one of the kids that they show was actually one of John Wayne Gacy's actual victims. So there's a lot of little things like that, little Easter eggs when you start doing a little digging. The movie's a good time. And like I said, the better the kids are in a movie like this, kind of like Stand By Me.
The kids
great kids, great movie. This is
Yeah.
kind of the same thing. Great kids, great movie. A lot of fun. This is my number 5.
Well, you look at Stand By Me, you mentioned that. I think all of them went on to be successful adult actors in
Yeah.
Stand By Me.
Yeah.
Even River Phoenix before he got killed himself.
Yep.
But I wasn't sure if that was going to make my list, because like I said, I remember enjoying the movie. But after watching the guys, man, this has got to be on my list, man. This is a fun time. I enjoyed the whole thing. Had a great time with it. All right. Let's catch up on the chat real quick. Ken says, "Anyone here pre-order the Studio Canal limited edition of The Wicker Man? This set looks the size of Bruce Lee, only with flimsy outer box."
No.
I did not.
That I think is just a thick amaray and a slip. That's what I thought it was. Or are you talking about? Yeah, Studio Canal. Imprint has a big box of The Wicker Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also there's actually a cool steel book too. of the Wicker Man coming out, where it's like all purple and
Yeah.
like, yellow.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. That was real cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that Wicker Man from Imprint, but somebody else has it now.
I just got the basic bitch blue. I'm good with that for now.
Yeah, I have an old
I got you.
Studio Canal
Yeah.
Blu-ray. That's fine with that.
Chris, this Tourist Trap is a trippy film.
It really is.
More than you think it would be.
Yeah. It's a fun one.
Chris says, Ken, isn't that set sold out? The Wicker Man, I mean. Allie's obviously a fan of
Yeah,
Tourist Trap there.
Yep.
Howell says, wow, Anthony, with the this is why they ain't naked info.
Right.
Yep.
Well, and it's funny too, because those same ladies that didn't want to be naked in the film went on to be naked in other movies later on in their career, which is kind of funny. So,
And that's not a misspelling of naked, by the way. I don't know how it is up north, but in the South, if you're naked, N-A-K-E-D, you just ain't got no clothes on. If you're naked, you ain't got no clothes on, you're up to something.
oh,
That's what I've always been told.
Are we getting more information on Hall & Oates, or is this like a psyop? He's throwing us off.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We'll
know.
never know. We'll never know where how old he is, where he comes from,
Yeah.
anything.
I don't
He's
want
AI,
to.
man. He's AI. There's no way he can be a real guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Anthony and his doll movies. We need to do a stream top 100 doll movies.
That's true. I did manage to fit one in there.
Chris says, Gizmo, there is not that many. At least I hope not.
You'd be surprised.
Wild Runner says, Tourist Trap 1979, Linnea Quigley uncredited as the mannequin.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, she is.
Hey, Tiana, what's going on?
What's up?
Hey.
What's up, Tiana?
I'm saying, hey. Eddie says, I hear a lot of great things about Tourist Trap. I got to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
worth
only
a
seen it
blind buy
once.
for sure.
Ken says, Chris, see, the slasher dude I just checked, Diabolic and Orbit are out of stock. I'm sure they have a few left over once they fulfill pre-orders.
The Studio Canal set.
Gizmo said, I promise you, Chris, there is many 100 doll movies in the world. Look up stop motion doll films or Jim Henson films.
There you go, Anthony.
Yeah.
And there's like 100 or so of those Dollar Tree shitty ones too.
No, that's true. That's true.
Oh, it says Michael Berryman is a killer. I'm interested.
He's one of the killers. So
Yeah,
it's
he's one
a
of 'em.
henchman type thing.
Chris says, on to Ken, I have that one special edition Blu-ray. I still need to watch that film. I have not seen it. So I have not seen it series. It's on the list.
He might be talking about Wolf Creek. I don't know.
Yeah. Chuck Connors played MLB. He had 2 home runs.
Cool.
All kind of information tonight.
Yeah.
Fun facts.
Bunch of haze going on from Tiana there. The Slash Dude, if you miss out on the LE, you can still order the Steelbook, I think.
Richard
It
Lynch.
said Richard Lynch.
That sounds right. The cult leader.
Yeah. Midsommar is a great summer film.
Yeah.
Yep. Fried gator. I've had fried gator. Brian's probably had fried gator.
I've had alligator tail. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
I
good.
think
Fried gator tails.
About
Good
what
stuff.
you eat is the tail.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a Seminole fan here where I live, and our biggest rival is the Florida Gators. So every bar in Tallahassee, where I'm from, whatever, they all serve fried gator during that weekend.
I've also had gator jerky too, or
Well,
gator
stop,
like beef stick or whatever.
Yeah.
stop telling the people where you live out.
I mean,
You've showed your address 1,000 times. You've told the town. It's not that big a town.
yeah. I mean, it's Tallahassee, Texas. Look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Tallahassee, New Jersey.
So I still need to watch that. Caveman says kangaroo leg sounds interesting. Summer Camp Nightmare 1987.
mm.
I don't think I'm familiar with that one.
I seen it pop up when I was looking around. We just kind of trying to get some ideas, whatever. But I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, Sydney. I made it really short because I don't want to spoil it for. I know a lot of guys.
Yeah.
A lot of people are waiting for that 4K uncut,
Yeah.
version.
Yeah.
We've been burned by Neon a million times already, so it's good that a lot of people waited to pick up the 4K.
Gizmo says Cut and Run was one of Diodato films the director was less proud of. He also always shit on it. It's also called Straight to Hell.
More you know.
Yep. Chris says, I have it, but have not seen Infinity Pool yet.
Yeah.
Watch the uncut if you want to see some uncuts. Chris says Body Count is a great slasher, but don't know if it's in the summer.
Probably summer. This is a good one. Somebody's got to put that out. That'd be a great Vinegar Syndrome
Yeah.
voice.
Hell yeah, Summer '84 is great. Yeah, man, good movie. It's
Yeah.
a great release too, man. I love the side loaded box, man. It's just they did a great job with it. What's going on, Riverman?
What's up?
Alex says Infinity Pool is worth watching just for the scene of Mia Goth saying
Oh,
James.
James.
Alone, my favorite part.
that's the fast forward scene right there.
That is the worst scene in the whole movie. James, just yelling, just James over and over again. It's horrible. Nails on.
What did you say, Brian? That's the fast forward scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can slap the shit out of her in that scene.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So hey, Riverman. Summer '84 is a fun movie. Yep.
Yep.
What's going on, Scalder?
Scalder, what's up, man?
Eddie says I'll definitely be checking out Infinity Pool when I pick up the 4K. Yep,
Yeah,
me
man,
as
you
well.
like it.
Cinema Jimbo, what's going on? Off topic, but I noticed you all have been buying Congo recently. FY Vinegar Syndrome will be bringing out 4K soon as part of the deal they signed with Paramount.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's fine. Mine's still sealed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Anthony, I need you to send me my money for you buying that.
It was
You bought that. Of course, everybody else was buying the fucking thing too, so I
Yeah,
wouldn't
it's
grab
like
it.
$8. I don't really.
Yeah,
I'm not really
$8
It
Blu-ray.
ain't that
Not
big.
the
Of
end
a
of the
deal. It
world.
won't be the first time that's happened, or the last. Did not know that, Jimbo. Thanks for
You
that
may
info.
be fucking with us, but even still, I totally expect a 4K of it from somebody sooner or later.
Definitely.
Fucking
Yeah, Jimbo,
Arrow.
that'd have been information I'd like to have heard last week
Yeah,
before I ordered the fucking thing.
Right.
Caveman says Wicker Man is $80 for the steelbook.
yeah, they can keep that fucking shit.
Yeah, I'm not that big a fan of that movie for that much.
No.
Megan K says The Rifleman was a great show with Chuck Connors. My dad watched reruns of it. Yeah, I did too. Ken Carlson says Summer Camp Nightmare is great.
It's nice. Haven't heard of
Goodman says you don't eat Gator Pops. That's like me eating dog.
it.
You know, you got to do what you got to do. What's going on, man? What's up, guys? 4K Lowdown.
What's up?
What's up?
David. All right, Ali says, how dare you guys? Don't skip that scene in Infinity Pool. It's so comical.
James.
Y'all got me interested about that movie.
Yeah, me too.
I might hate y'all later.
Yeah. I got the steelbook coming, so
Right.
that's what I'm gonna watch it.
Well, once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I look forward to it.
It's one of those kind of movies.
All right. So next up, we're talking about The Skeleton Key.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Kate Hudson, Peter Skarsgård, got Gina Rollins, John Hurt. Like, it's a hell of a cast. It's pretty stacked. But yeah, Kate Hudson plays a hospice nurse living in Louisiana, so it's very hot and sticky and sweaty and gross. Definitely feels like a summertime movie for sure. And she ends up going to take care of, she goes to this big house, out in the middle of the swampland to take care of John Hurt's character who's bedridden. And basically it's kind of, without spoiling anything, it's just kind of think of it as like a haunted house type movie. But it's not really just that. There's a lot more to it. There's a lot of talk about hoodoo, which is not voodoo. It's hoodoo, which is African folklore, magic type stuff that's being practiced and everything. And yeah, it's a really fun movie. A lot of suspense, a lot of tension, a lot of good build up to it. And I think Kate Hudson does a really great job in this. Trying to think of what else I can say because I don't want to spoil anything about it, but there's a lot of good scares in there throughout, like I said, without spoiling too much about it. But yeah, I really like the film a lot. There you go. You got Kate Hudson right there, and I don't know. I can't really say too much else about it without spoiling it. So yeah, just go ahead and watch The Skeleton Key. I promise you won't regret it. It's really good. Yeah,
Jordan Peele ripped off Get Out for that movie.
yeah.
Or Jordan Peele ripped that movie off for Get Out. Yeah.
For Get Out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't seen Skeleton Key?
Yeah, it's really good. I
It's a
can't
good one,
say
man.
too much about it because I don't want to spoil it, but trust me, just check it out. It's
And a
kinda
lot of people missed that thing. A lot of people missed that movie for some reason.
good. Yeah, it's a good mystery for sure.
Number 4 for me is going to be Joyride.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
man.
So
Okay.
friends are on a summer break, want to take a road trip, and it's Paul Walker and Steve Zahn, Lily Sobieski from like The Glass House and Jungle to Jungle. That's all I know her from.
Yep.
The
But,
blinker,
What's that?
the blinker from the
Yeah.
height.
Yeah. From what?
That's what he calls her. He says, "You talking about the blinker from the heights? The girl that's like this all
Oh,
day
yeah.
long?"
It looks like a younger Helen Hunt to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joyride. It's basically they just kind of fuck with this trucker and play a little game with him. Like whenever Paul Walker's doing that fucking voice as a girl, it's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Um,
Tell him to
Candy
bring
cane.
some pink champagne.
yeah. So the trucker's name is handles Rusty Nail, and then he fucks with him back, and it just becomes like a thrill ride after that. And
Yeah.
the trucker's coming after him and trying to kill him and all this shit. So it's a pretty simple premise, but it's just very effective. All takes place pretty much within one night. I don't know, just great summer.
Yeah, it's just a couple days or
Yeah.
whatever. But Steve Zahn, like if
Mhm.
you don't have Steve Zahn, you don't
Yeah.
have a fucking movie.
No, you put
Yeah,
you
Steve
put
Zahn.
two other guys in those roles that ain't near as good of a movie.
Yeah.
You ain't got to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
those guys make that fucking movie.
Yeah, and it's actually
great
written by co-written by J.J. Abrams and
Yep.
produced by J.J. Abrams too. So
And zero body count, and it still
No.
works. Yeah.
no,
But
Y'all know how
you
much
can
I
get
love that
better
fucking movie. I
release
love
of
that fucking movie. It's
Yeah.
great.
You got out of jail when? Yesterday?
All the shit I got to grapple with because of you. But I do love when he finally picks up his brother and he immediately like calls him out on his bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you just scrambled and bought this car. You were just friends and just like that whole bit, and then he just like pulls the car off the fucking road.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. And then one scene they're driving through like the fucking cornfield or something like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
He
tells
pulls
him
in the
that,
handicap spot. He's, come on, man, I'm gonna get it.
I'm gonna
Please.
gimp it.
Yes, he
Yeah.
thought it was great that man.
He could have totally killed him, and he's just like, apologize.
Yep.
And then just leaves.
Well, I was just playing with you, man.
Yeah, as the car is smashed up against a fucking tree.
When the guy's trying to bring the fucking credit card back, Steve Zahn's like, I've never felt like a bigger pussy.
I got a gun, man.
Yeah.
I've got an American Express.
Yeah.
Candy cane.
No.
That's number,
That's a
number
great
4.
pull, man. I almost pulled that one. I did, but I feel like I've talked about that movie so many times. I tried to get something I hadn't talked about a million times.
Right.
It's a great fucking pick, man.
Yeah. Great choice.
It's me.
I just want to see Anthony's face again. What's up, buddy?
Hey.
My number 4, maybe this is the controversy slot. I don't know. The Friday the 13th, the 2009 remake. This is the most summer of all the Friday the 13th movies, in my opinion. There's boating, people in bathing suits, a lot of outdoor stuff, ton of daylight for Friday the 13th too,
Mhm.
which very uncommon for Friday the 13th. Directed by Marcus Nispel, done a ton of awesome remakes. Great director. Shot outside of Austin, Texas. Takes place in the fictional Camp Crystal Lake, wherever the fuck that is. Illinois, New Jersey, New York, whatever the fuck it is, but shot in Austin, Texas, outside Austin, Texas. The movie follows the character of Clay, looking for his sister who went missing in Camp Crystal Lake or near Camp Crystal Lake. It's a Friday the 13th movie, but you get it's a kind of a different Friday the 13th movie. Jason runs. He has all these. He's much more clever and with it, not so much a zombie. Derek Mears plays Jason in this one. Very tall, large Jason. He's more of like a woodsman. He has like a bow and arrow and shit. I love that boat scene where they're just like, having a great time on the boat, and the guy's like, yeah, and then he just an arrow right to the fucking head, and then the boat ends up running the girl over. I don't know. It's a fucking blast. I was the first motherfucker going, this is going to be a piece of shit. I was that guy in 2008, whatever it was, when the this was announced. It's like, there's no way it's going to be good. And, and then I heard Marcus Nispel. I'm like, okay, interesting. I saw the trailer. I was like, I can't wait to see it. I was in a theater full of people yelling at the fucking screen, having a great time. It was an awesome theater experience. It's an awesome remake. I love the running Jason. I love the tactical Jason, the woodsman Jason.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, everything makes sense with the advent of the tunnels. How is he everywhere? He has these tunnels and all this shit. And I love it. He's more of an angry Jason too. He gets mad in one scene and just starts fucking tearing shit up. He's a little bit more he has a little bit more of a personality, not the typical Frankenstein Jason. But Derek Mears is Jason, real physical, great guy. The Trent character to me is the standout. The Chad Wellington, rich ass, snobby asshole guy that's great in this, perfectly cast. I don't know, man. It's just a riot, man. And like I said, I think summer horror. I think this Friday the 13th above all the rest of them. But that's my number 4.
You got the sleeping bag killer where he roasts that chick in the sleeping bag.
The opening. Just the fucking opening is.
You got almost the whole movie real fast. Whatever, fast forward, just in the opening.
He's underneath the fucking house, you're running the machete up, trying to get him. I mean, it's great. It's great.
I love that half the movie you have Sackhead Jason, and then the next half you have the hockey mask. So they give you a little bit of both. Because I like Sackhead Jason, like the potato sack, on his head or whatever. I like that version.
It's like the first 3 movies.
Yeah.
And he was signed on to do the next 3. The next 3 into a sequel.
Yeah.
It never came about. I think the legal battle kind of started around that time with the Friday the 13th franchise, and it's been fucked up ever since.
And of course, that was great. I think Michael Bay produced that, which he did Armageddon, so obviously it was going to have some legs to it.
Yeah, and he also did Transformers.
Well, first one wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Took almost an hour to bring up Armageddon.
I'm getting better. And me and the wife just watched all the Friday the 13th, whatever. We were watching that one, and she's like, "These people are dying really fast. Who's going to be left?" And I said, "Just hold on." Maybe it started yet.
Well, and those were solid actors in the opening. Watch the opening, like, I know that guy. He's been in that, and he's been in that. All cannon fodder right at the beginning.
Yeah,
I loved it.
So it's funny that you pulled that one. I have another movie directed by Marcus Nispel.
Hell yeah.
The 2003, which everybody shits on this fucking movie, man. This movie's fucking great, man.
Killer, man.
It's a fucking great remake. That if you're a fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I'm a big fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 74, and people think that you should make remakes, you leave it alone. Well, you still have that movie. Go back and watch it. You don't have to watch this. Let's just take this away from being a Texas Chainsaw movie. Just look at it as just a horror movie. It's fucking great. Yep. The opening fucking scene, the girl with the fucking van, that shot where the fucking it goes down the van. You see, she blows her fucking head off. You see the hole when it goes to the back. The whole shot's just great. A lot of great shots.
It's a real prop too. It's not.
You got Arlie Army in this. Fucking love that guy. And you couldn't have cast anybody better to play this fucking just dog shit asshole sheriff. And he's got so many fucking funny lines in this movie. So many funny lines. He does some heinous shit in this, dude.
Yeah, he's talking about the dead body. I got just as much respect for a dead body as anybody. Get that nasty fucking thing out of my back seat. Put it in the trunk.
I'm not even going to say the shit he does to this fucking girl in the back of the van. Like I said, they go there. It's pretty hardcore, man. Like I said, if you're a fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which everybody knows that movie was not very gory at all, it was just had that feel. Why such a classic. This movie does have the gore. So you have a lot of the aspects of that movie that I enjoy this movie, but you have the gore. You have great characters, great actors. Like I said, Arlie Ermey's great in this. The guy that plays Jason, Jason plays Leatherface, is Andrew Bernarski. You may know him from he was Steve Latimer or whatever in the program. He was the roid rage guy. Place on the table. The guy that finally lost his job from doing steroids. He was also in fucking Any Given Sunday.
Yeah.
And when he heard that they were remaking this movie, he went up to the director and said specifically, "Please cast me in this part." And so he went up and just basically asked if he could be in this, whatever, and they gave him the role. I thought he did a great job in it. I really enjoyed him playing the role. But to prepare for his role as Leatherface, he ate a diet of nothing but pure brisket and white bread to bulk up to 300 pounds to play the character.
Well, he's like made out of granite. He wanted to be doughy.
Yeah, right.
He's already
That's what I'm saying.
huge,
he basically
jacked
bulked
guy.
up. He put on weight to
Yeah.
play the role. And something else interesting is Dolph Lundgren was asked to play Leatherface in this. Could you imagine that?
Oh,
Dolph
God.
Lundgren was first considered to play Leatherface, but he turned down the role because he wanted to spend more time with his family.
You got to have a thick. You got to have a thick Leatherface. Got to be a fat guy.
So, but yeah, man, it's a fun time, and I don't know why people hate on this. I know people hate remakes. I don't have a problem with the remake. I still got my original. If the remake's good, this remake is good. The one that Brad just fucking talked about, or is another great remake from the same guy. Like I said, give it another chance, man. It's a fun time. It's a good movie. It's my number 4.
It's a great companion, just like you said. One has no gore, one is all gore.
Yeah.
You know?
And something else, John Larroquette, whatever, he was a nobody back in '74. He was the narrator guy in the beginning. They get him to come back and narrate this one. You know, you hear that iconic sound, that creaking sound you hear in the background. You hear that in this movie. I mean, there's a lot of love for the original.
Yeah, absolutely.
What you need to do when you do a remake.
It was done, with reverence to the first one. John Larroquette does the outro too, I believe.
Yeah.
Talks about the crime scene not being secured and all that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a great time with it, man. I've always been a fan of it.
You're not allowed to like that. You're supposed to be.
Yeah, I know that's the cool thing
about it. It shouldn't even exist. How dare they? It's a fucking movie. Take your own dick out of your mouth. It's a fucking movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of great remakes, man. There really are a lot of solid remakes. I don't know.
All right, let's catch on the chat here. Chris says body count in a Leonardo film with the late David Hess, the last film, I think. I always get so mad when I see Skeleton Key. I want to punch Jordan Peele hard in the face. He copied the entire film and never even said anything.
Yeah,
that's true.
Great twist in Skeleton Key.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a pink champagne. We heard to do a stream about fucking Joyride so we could talk about it.
Absolutely.
There's so many goddamn great lines in that movie. We already just read the script. We'll do a table read. Read the whole fucking thing.
Table read.
Chris says I can still hear my own hound dog barking. Chasing down a voodoo there, chasing down a Born on the Bayou.
It's the lyrics from Born on the Bayou.
Yeah, I figured it was.
Yeah.
I ain't got enough soul to be reading lyrics on here. Hollow Note says, "Isn't she in Deep Impact?" Yeah.
Amelia
Elijah Wood
or whatever. She's in that movie Glass House.
Yeah,
I know.
You mentioned Glass House.
Yeah,
it's a good movie, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where's that Blu-ray?
Yeah, you're right. I've got the DVD, but you're right. It doesn't have a does it? Yeah.
And she does some interesting things with the fucking cherry stems. Just saying.
True.
So
she was in Eyes Wide Shut as the costume guy's daughter. That he pimps out.
Yeah.
It says Joyride is very good. It is. Alice says, "Hey there, Candy Cane. This is Black Sheep. I'm right on schedule."
Yep.
I love when Paul Walker's mocking him afterwards. He's like, "I'll take off your bra."
Take off your bra.
I love the deputy in that movie. When he's talking to him, and he's like, "It wasn't comely."
It wasn't comely.
What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? He ripped his jaw clean off. And he's got that toothpick, I love that fucking deputy. Yeah.
Joyride's coming to classic. Great pick, Brian. Yeah. Friday the 13th remake. Alex said the body count is a 0 in Joyride. There's a person at the motel and the guy behind the wheel at the end of the movie.
Well, the person at the motel lives.
Well, it never shows him die.
Yep. He does. He's on. It shows him there at the hospital on life support. The guy in the ice truck never shows him die either, and the truck goes through the back. So very much could have lived. Who knows? No,
you know who she's talking about? She's talking about there's a clerk at the very end of the movie.
Oh, at the motel, the clerk. You're right.
Yeah, because he's like
it shows his body.
There's
laying under the on the ground.
Yeah, there's blood. Yeah, right. So you'd assume that he's probably dead.
Either at least knocked out, but most likely dead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you always got to be sure to fact check anything we say on this channel. Always fact check us.
I always forget the ending because I don't want to see the guy. I feel like we shouldn't have seen them, you
Yeah.
know. And I always kind of block out the ending because it's never going to live up to the voice, no matter what you do. It's better. It's almost like what's that movie, Phone Booth?
Phone booth, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
where you never really get a good look at that. I think it should have been a little bit more like that.
Chris says the only Friday the 13th movie I saw in theaters was that remake. I love it. Slasher dude approves.
That's a winner, man.
The remake my favorite Friday the 13th. The Scolder.
Yeah. Hot take. That's my favorite Friday the 13th.
It's a great one. It
So
really
he
is.
says, Brad, question for you. If you were an actor doing a horror movie, who would you choose to be the director of the movie?
Whew. Man, maybe Frank
Sydney has
Henenlotter.
great questions, man. Put you on the spot. But they're great
Maybe-
questions.
Maybe Frank Henenlotter or Brandon Cronenberg. But he'd make me show my dick. But everybody, whoever it is. Listen, that's the first conversation we sit down with Brandon Cronenberg. So
Yeah.
full frontal nudity. You're cool with that, or
Yeah.
Or do
He
you-
just
do
puts
you
his
know what
he
to
just
do?
puts his hand over your shoulder. Like, listen, Brad, we're gonna need you to show that dick.
Frank
This just went
Henenlotter?
the whole new fucking level of creepy for me.
Frank Henenlotter would be the funnest. I don't care. That would whatever. Even if the movie was shit, it would still be fun.
Yeah.
Good question. Chris says, I like the remake of Texas Chainsaw. Yeah, I'm a fan of it. Yeah, so the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake is fire.
Yep.
It says Last House of the
That's a
Left
good one.
remake is damn good one too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And
Well
the
done.
House of Wax remake is fucking badass too. That's a great
Yeah.
movie.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole stream. I don't want to burn it up. That's the whole
Yeah.
stream. We'll end up doing the top five
Yeah.
remakes for too
Yeah,
long.
there's so many good ones. I can go on and on.
Miss Golder's a fan. I like Friday and Texas remake, says Wild Wrangler. Sydney says, in your opinion, what is the absolute worst horror movie remake ever that you would never ever watch again?
Oh, that's The Omen for me. I really hate the Omen remake. I'm not a bit. I know, Alan. I know you like it or whatever, kind of.
Yeah,
right?
well, me and my son seen it in theaters, and like I said, I liked it. And that actor, Liv Shriver, is that his name?
Yeah.
It was in
Liv
there. I like
Shriver.
him.
Yeah. That one I just didn't like because it was such a shot for shot, like literal remake of the movie, but I just don't think it comes
Probably
anywhere
the
close to the original.
the Psycho remake, because it was literally a shot for shot. The one that had fucking what's his nuts in it?
Vince Vaughn
Yeah, Vince Vaughn.
and Heish.
It wasn't that it was bad. It just was not necessary at all. I mean, you know,
Gus Van Sant.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sure
can't, I can't
I'm
think of
missing
any
some.
right offhand remakes that I hated so much. I'm sure there are, I'm sure there are some that I hate so much I never watch again, but I'm not sure.
Well, probably The Children of the Corn, but I haven't seen that.
I've heard people say they like that one.
Really?
So, yeah, I've heard it both ways. I've heard people say they fucking hated it too.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know what to think.
Chris says, what about Black Christmas?
The 2018, I hear it's terrible. I never saw it, so I couldn't tell you. But
No,
I
that
love
was really bad.
Yeah.
The 2006 remake is good.
Yeah, the 2006 one for sure. Yeah.
Jason, what's going on? People love to hate on remakes just because it's a remake. Some of my favorite films are remakes. Yeah, mine
Right.
does.
Some of the best movies ever are remakes that they don't even know. Alfred Hitchcock remade one of his own movies. So, I mean, it is what it is. The Departed's a fucking remake.
Disturbia is a good remake of Rear Window.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Disturbia is really good.
And Chris said, the second remake of Black Christmas, I mean.
Yeah, we knew what you meant.
Yeah, oh, and yeah, Texas Chainsaw remake, the found footage stuff, and it creeped me out.
At the end, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glass
Yeah,
House.
Lawrence says Glass House. Alex says Rusty Nail is brutal. He's not leaving anyone alive. He's definitely killed the ice truck killer, and Ronald Ellington probably ended up dying.
Yeah. He probably hopes he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Scolder, say it.
I mentioned Frank Henenlotter, so it's very likely he might say it.
All right, he says, here's a hot take. In my opinion, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake is way better than the original.
I've heard that a lot too from, millennials and younger than us even. So,
They didn't grow up with the other movie and didn't, wasn't raised on it like we were. But
dude, that remake was a big hit in the theater. I mean, people saw it multiple times. It was a big theater, experience. So,
yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what? It was Platinum Dunes. That's the name of that studio that put.
yeah.
that out, and they put out the remake to Friday the 13th as well.
Yeah,
At Platinum Dunes.
I think New Line Cinema became Platinum Dunes.
So this says, Brad, Anthony, are you guys more into psychological horror, more of the scares, or the slasher horror killings?
Both.
Man, I love them both. They're both really good. Yeah, they're both really good.
We got a top 5 discussing this in the works.
Yeah. But I love them both pretty equally, I would say. You know, it just depends on what you're in the mood for.
Anytime you get mental illness involved, that's disturbing.
Yeah.
Mentally ill people are really unpredictable.
Because you can just throw on a slasher anytime and it's just fun, you know. But like psychological thrillers, sometimes you got to be in a little bit of a mood for it or something. But yeah.
And Chris, the Amityville remake with Ryan Reynolds was not good to me either.
I actually like that remake.
I didn't mind it either. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I've seen it a few times.
I got that Blu-ray from the Dollar Tree.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I've got the
code for $8.
No code.
One remake everyone tells me to avoid is Wicker Man with the bees.
I still have fun with that one. I have fun with it. It's ridiculous.
It's Nicolas Cage, man, being Nicolas Cage. So
Yes, remember, he thinks you're going to talk shit about Basket Case.
Yeah. Okay, so 4K Lowdown, The Psycho and Nightmare on Elm Street would be my least favorite remakes.
A lot of people don't like that Psycho remake. I understand why.
Chris says Hills Have Eyes remake. I know Darren loves that film.
Great one. Yeah.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
The Fly 1986, great.
Great remake. Yep.
Yeah, Wild is better than the OG film.
Yep.
The Thing 82 is a remake of a 51 film.
A lot of movies are remakes. People don't even understand are remakes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times they're, it was a Japanese movie or, it was just an older movie.
Yeah.
Scarface is a fucking remake.
Body
Chris said whenever it's said.
Yeah.
He says Arlie Ermy was way more terrifying than Leatherface in both TCM movies. Yeah, it really was, man. Because he had zero fucks to give in that.
Yeah, he didn't give a shit.
Fucking knocks that guy's teeth out with the bottle and then pulls his fucking
When he
teeth
pulls
out.
his front side, like, come on, man.
look at that shit.
He'll beat the shit out of Leatherface himself, you know?
Yeah.
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 Scarface. Yeah. Evil Dead 2013, I like a lot.
Supposedly that's a sequel, not a remake, but I'd still remake, sequel, whatever. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I did not think you liked the Texas remake, Pops. We could do an entire stream about it. 90% of the focus will be about Bill and her perfect costume. Yeah. I like all the Texas remakes. The only ones I don't give a shit about is the Matthew McConaughey one. That one's just, there's a couple scenes I enjoy watching, but overall I don't go back to that one very much.
Bionic.
That video game comes out this week too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're checking that out for sure.
Oh yeah.
Alice says, I like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake way more than the original. It has better, more likable characters, more entertaining, and I love the gore.
Yeah. Well, the characters are definitely better. Franklin, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sally.
Franklin's bad, man. He's real bad. I mean, it's comical bad.
Sally's pretty bad herself, by the way. When she's arguing over that flashlight.
Yeah.
Sally's about a pain in the ass too. But
every time I watch it, and Franklin gets fucking killed, whatever. Spoiler alert: it's 1974, goddamn it. But when Franklin fucking gets killed, whatever, I'm like, yes, motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's like the best part of the movie.
Jesus.
Candyman remake is garbage. Maximum effort. Cool name.
I've heard that.
I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was bad.
I'll watch it eventually, but I haven't had a chance to watch it. And I don't think that's a remake either, by the way. That's a sequel.
No, it's a sequel, yeah.
Yeah.
So he says, to be honest, I don't like the Halloween remakes.
Those are not remakes either. Those are sequels. Are you talking, or you mean Rob Zombie? What do you mean? Like Joseph Gordon-Green, those are sequels, not remakes.
Yeah, probably talking about the Rob Zombie.
Maybe he's talking about Rob Zombie,
clarify.
which I love.
Branches off after the first one.
Yeah.
Chris says, I like the new Candyman. Laugh Out Loud. It's technically not a remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a passing of the torch more than anything,
Because I hate remakes, but there is that percentage good ones out there. Sorry, I had to get it out.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah. Chris says, there's the Spit on Your Grave remake too, but I haven't watched either yet. Yeah, I watched the first two of those. First one, I thought the first one was good. Damn sure graphic. The Cold of Bat. I thought the Fog remake was terrible.
Yeah, Fog remake's real bad.
Yeah,
I've heard it's not great.
from Smallville. Yeah.
The CGI Ghost Pirates.
Yeah.
Just what we need.
Not the best.
All right, number 3.
All right, number 3, we got The Descent.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. You know, these 6 chicks go spelunking down in these caves, you know, just trying to have like a nice vacation, you know, having fun. You know, it starts out them in a cabin out in the woods, you know, just having a good time, whatever. And, you know, the one lady's obviously trying to take her mind off of some tragedies that happened earlier in the film, but I won't spoil that or
In
anything.
the opening, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, and they go spelunking, cave diving, you know, and it's the way this is filmed, it is just so claustrophobic. I mean, you really feel like you're in the caves with them. I mean, you know, it's intense when you're watching this because it's dark, can't see anything, and they're just in these tight spaces crawling through and everything. It is really intense. And then, you know, if that's not bad enough, then you add these creatures you know, into the mix with like night vision that start to pick these ladies off one by one, and it is bloody and gory, and there's literally a scene with a pool of blood, you know.
Like a fucking lake of blood.
It's like a lake of, yeah, you're right, it's more like a lake of blood. I mean, it's just, you know, and there's bones and remains of other people, you know, and it's great. You know, I really like the final girl in this. I mean, all of them are great. You know, all the ladies in this, I think, do a really good job. But you know, when we finally get to this scene and she just kind of loses it, and she's like, "Fuck it, I'm not taking this anymore," you know, and starts going after those creatures herself and everything. That's great. I love the ending. You know, there's 2 endings to this film. I like the darker ending. I'll just say that. I like that ending better. And yeah, it's just a great time. So if you haven't seen The Descent, definitely check this one out because it's
Big
and
fan
like
of that movie.
Yeah. Yep. That's great.
Oh, yeah. Another Lionsgate property.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. We could get a steelbook of this. I've been waiting for it forever. I'm like, how the hell have they not done The Descent
You
yet?
cool if they did that cover with like, and you pull the slip off or something, and it's like the fucking monsters underneath or
I
something.
thought you were gonna
Exactly. Yeah,
say,
you could do
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
I thought you were gonna say you pulled the slip off and she's topless or something.
No, we'll keep that to one of those.
Every time I see that fucking movie, I told you all the story about the fucking German exchange student.
Yeah.
This being word fucking English. Me and my older son took him to go see that, and he just
Yeah.
looked at me right in the middle of the movie and went, "Fuck."
Fuck.
Every time I see that fucking movie, I think about that.
A lot of cannibal stuff in the
Oh
summertime.
yeah,
When it's hot,
that one
people
shot
eat
when
that.
you get the first good reveal of the fucking of the monster or whatever.
Yeah.
They turn on the flash the light, whatever. You see him standing right there behind them. Such a great fucking shot.
Yeah, there's a lot of good jump scares, and it's like you said, they're not always like in your face. It's subtle. There's just like a creature back there, but they don't even like draw attention to it. It's just kind of back there, and then sometimes it might take your second viewing to be like, wait, what the fuck was that? That was back there the whole time? You know, it's really creepy like that. So, yeah, great movie.
Yeah, very well shot movie, man. It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Number 3 for me is going to be the Piranha remake.
Shit,
I talk about remakes all the time.
So
But
much fun.
this is this is a lot of fun. I know it takes place in spring break, but I take it as a summer movie.
Yeah.
It came out in the summer, so. But yeah, I remember seeing this in theaters, and of course it was in 3D. It was like one of the first ones that came out in like big 3D.
What was that? Do you remember that, Brian? When it was like this big push for 3D.
It was a
that
boom.
nobody asked for.
Everything was coming out in 3D.
Everything. They had like 200 or 300 movies coming out in 3D, and I couldn't believe that they were going to do that, and then it started happening. It's still going on too. But yeah, this Alejandro Aja is his name. I think the French director that did High Tension and Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah, he did
remake.
make good movies.
A lot of good shit. Crawl. But this one's I don't remember if the original had the piranha being like these prehistoric creatures that came from underneath like
The
bottom
original,
of the
they
ocean.
were genetically modified for warfare.
These were like underneath the bottom of the sea, and there's like a tremor earthquake that happens, and they all unleash it towards the beginning of the movie. It opens the film up with Richard Dreyfuss, and he gets fucked up in it. Like, it's pretty funny. There's a lot of cameos in here. Christopher Lloyd's in here. Gary O'Connell plays a really funny character in here, and
yeah. What happens to him?
Like what happens to him towards the end? gets his dick bitten off and shit. I remember seeing like that dick in 3D or whatever in the theater.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Elizabeth Shue's in here. Adam Scott from Parks and Recreations in here.
Isn't Ving Rhames in that one too?
Yeah, Ving Rhames. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of people in here. So it's just whenever the piranha hit the beach and it's just like an all-out mayhem gore fest. It's so crazy gory. I think Eli Roth has a cameo in here as well. But it's just really, really gory. Like for like 15 minutes straight, just nonstop chaos. And that's just one of the most fun scenes to me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Coco's seen this one either, so I gotta show this one to her sometime. But it's crazy. I remember there's this chick that's like parasailing, and like her parasail goes down into the water, and then she comes up and like it's her legs are just missing, and she's just like
yeah.
It's pretty good. But yeah, if you haven't checked out the Piranha remake and you like some crazy gore effects, a lot of practical stuff mixed in with CGI as well, but it's really solid.
And that sounds like a fun movie to see in 3D too.
Yeah, it was, man. It was.
Yeah. I seen that one and the sequel, which is what Piranha 3 Double D.
3 Double D, yeah.
That one's okay. It's not nearly as good though.
Yeah. I just want to say, when you brought that up, I'm sure nobody's gonna pull this. I fucking ordered this for the get ready for this stream. I got it dirt cheap. Now on the when you see this picture on eBay,
yeah,
you got. Hold on, bring the disc out here. The cover is supposed to look like that, just titties out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and I get the fucking cover in, and it's the censored version.
Oh.
And I went back and looked at the ad that I fucking bought it on, and it's not this picture on their ad. Well, what the hell, man? Where's my titties at? Anyway, I watched it to get ready for the stream. It's really not good.
That's
David
2 streams in a row.
Huh?
2 streams in a row, you're getting burned on the cover art.
I know.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that's right.
That movie's garbage.
Maybe
really
I wonder if the one you were supposed to get is like the unrated version.
Yeah,
Maybe
you're supposed to get the unrated version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but like I said, the cover they were advertising was that one. Like I said, it was like I think it was $8. It was dirt fucking cheap, free shipping. It was nothing. I mean, but it really wasn't good. A couple funny scenes in it. You got Ving Rhames. You bring me my legs, all that shit because he's scared. He got his legs eaten off in the first movie.
Yeah,
and this movie he's in a wheelchair. He's scared of the water. So there's some funny shit in it, but it's a little too much over the top.
Yeah, it's not nearly as good as this one, but
that one's a lot more enjoyable. I see both of them in theaters in 3D. Yeah. That one's a lot better. Anyway, I at least wanted to show that since I did pay fucking money for the stream for it.
Of course.
But it's going to be a Ryan movie.
If it had the same director, it would have been better.
You go, Ryan.
Give me my box of shit I don't want.
Well, my number 3 is let's get away from the fun stuff. Cape Fear, 1991, directed by Martin Scorsese. Takes place July. Shot in the Savannah area of Georgia. Takes place in a fictional town of New Essex, North Carolina, on the Cape Fear River. They end up going further down the river. The movie. Robert De Niro plays an ex-con that was basically, wronged by Nick Nolte, who's a lawyer, and he ends up doing 14 years of prison, which he could have gotten a much lighter sentence, or the charges dropped. Comes back to town for revenge on him after 14 years, and all hell breaks loose. This is an all-time great. I love this movie. I don't think many people even think of it as a horror movie. It's absolutely a horror movie. Low body count. I think there's about 3 or 4 people that die, but he also does a lot of other brutal, heinous things in the movie. The stuff where he is involved with Juliette Lewis, who's playing a 15-year-old girl in this, is fucking creepy as hell. Yeah. Putting his thumb in her mouth and all this shit, and he has to restrain himself. That whole scene, it's just like he was about to rip her apart. Literally, he's like, no, not time yet. But the stuff. Nick Nolte is great in everything. Nick Nolte going crazy, going 100 miles an hour in this. Nick Nolte gets to have plenty of fits and and yell and scream. Nick Nolte gets to be Nick Nolte versus Robert De Niro, who's actually acting in this movie, playing this white trash, person from the hills of North Carolina, and the tattoos and all, just everything about it. This is a remake of the original with Gregory Peck and I can't remember the other actor, also great in it. Yeah, all the way from beginning to end, it's a perfect movie. All the way to the climax on the houseboat, which you see pictured there on his forehead there. It's just a crazy good time, man. I can't say enough about it. When it's summertime, this is going on for me for sure. But yeah, Cape Fear, check it out.
Badass.
Yeah,
Great.
that's a great pick, man. I'm kind of mad I didn't think of that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I watch it. I watch it every summer. It's go to for me.
that's a great one. You ever seen the original?
Yeah, I've seen the original. It's really good too. Robert Mitchum plays
I've
the
never
Max
seen the
Cady
original.
character, and it's also
never seen
very
it.
good.
All right. So my number 3, maybe a lot of people hadn't heard of this one. I'm not sure, but this is my second time watching this one, and it's going to be Killing Ground.
Yeah,
IFC Midnight Film. If you haven't seen this, I highly recommend you to check it out. Now, if you have seen this, let me go in and clear something up real fast. I know this is a summer horror movie stream. These motherfuckers are camping, and they do mention in the movie that it's fucking New Year's Eve and Christmas. There ain't no Santa Claus. There ain't no goddamn Christmas trees. There ain't nothing about that matters in this movie at all about the fucking holiday.
all right.
They're in
Stop
the fucking
screen.
woods, a survival movie. But this feels like a summer movie. Goddamn, it's my stream. Summer movie. They're camping. It's a summer movie.
Can
Don't
we
give a fuck
kick
what the
him
time
out of
frame
his
is.
own fucking stream here? Or?
But like I said, see this fucking movie. If you hadn't seen this, it's a really good time. This movie is done in a really unique way. It's not really like a Pulp Fiction kind of way, but there's like 3 different stories that you're kind of seeing that kind of get all intertwined. And you finally get the final climax at the end. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The movie starts off. You have this couple, the boyfriend and girlfriend, going camping, middle of the fucking woods. They're going to like a beach, lake beach thing, whatever, in the middle of the fucking woods in Australia. This is an Australian film. And when they get there, this is the place the guy used to go to when he was a kid. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. They get out there, they set up their camp, their tent, whatever, it's just them two. At the other end of the beach, there's a real nice big like tent set up, chairs out front. You can tell a family's been there. And all day they're kind of sitting there camping. They're like, where the fuck's his family at? The car's out front where we parked at, but we haven't seen them. It's just all their shit's here, but we don't see nobody. And then it kind of flashes back, whatever, to when the family got there. And the family is doing their thing. And like I said, all kind of just intertwines together. You have these 2 crazy guys. I mean, you start off, you kind of learn some backstory about the 2 guys a little bit. You think they're just kind of like, pickpocketers, troublemakers, whatever. But come to find out, they're really bad guys. They do some pretty terrible shit. Well, these 2 guys basically go and just terrorize both the family and this other couple. It's hard to explain because, like I said, you got 3 different stories kind of intervening, but the way they do it is really fucking cool. There's a couple shots in this movie that are just really well done. It's a really fucking good movie. I'm telling you, it's a really good movie. I'm probably not giving it justice here trying to explain it because it's kind of hard to talk about without giving away any kind of spoilers.
Mm.
But if you're into the rape revenge kind of stuff, you need to watch this. It's fucking hardcore.
You're a big fan of rape.
Not really, but when you get revenge back on it, But yeah, the basic premise, like I just said, a couple's camping trip turns into a frightening ordeal when they stumble across the scene of a horrific crime. Is basically what it is. The only really known person in this that I recognized was Harriet Dyer. She plays the girlfriend in this. I think she was the sister that movie The Invisible Man that came out in 2020. She was like her sister, I think, in that movie.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, really a bunch of no names in this. This was Damien Power directed this. This was Damien Power's directorial debut, if anybody cares about that. And I'll just say this right now. Just go into this knowing this and pay attention throughout the movie. The guy in this, I think his name is Ian. He's the boyfriend. He is probably maybe the biggest bitch I've ever seen in a movie. And you'll see why as you watch the movie. But I think that's not really a spoiler. Go into paying attention to that because they're just little things. Like he has to try to change a tire. He can't get the fucking lug nuts to break loose. There's just a bunch of little things where you could tell he's definitely the bitch in the relationship. He's like a doctor, but other than being a doctor, as far as survival goes, he's a bitch. Yeah, like I said, don't judge this by how I'm explaining it. I'm not doing a very good job. Just trust me. Watch the movie. It's a good time. It's very well shot. All the characters in it do a really good job. It's creepy as fuck. It's got a great ending. Yeah. So big fan of that Killing Ground.
No, I think you sold it.
It
man.
is.
I want to check it out. Sounds really.
They mentioned once that there's like one little scene where they're like celebrating New Year's. But other than that, there's nothing else in the movie. There ain't nothing else about fucking New Year's other than you know what time frame it is. But other than that, they're out in the fucking woods. It's hot. It's summer. It's in Australia. It's always fucking summer in Australia.
Yeah.
So it's a summer movie. God damn it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's somebody that's seen that movie. It's goddamn happens at Christmas. But you know, or maybe nobody's seen the fucking movie. That don't fucking matter. But when you watch it, you go, "Fuck, this ain't a summer movie." Either way, my bases are covered.
You can break it out on the top 5 New Year's movies.
Yeah. So, but I really enjoy movies like that. I mean, outdoor survival type movies, and Australian movies do it better than anybody, I think.
Yeah, because the whole fucking country's trying to murder you.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So everything out there is supposed to fucking kill you.
Even the kangaroos.
Yeah. All right. I think that's where we left off at. It was the Fog remake. Sydney said, I saw The Descent, crazy ass movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a crazy ass movie for sure. Chris says, damn, I love The Descent. That might be a top 10 horror for me. It's terrifying, most crazy opening sequence ever.
Yeah.
It's a damn good one.
4K Lowdown, another great one. The Descent is my number 5 horror movie of all times. Nice.
Wow. Okay. Holy shit.
The Ruins is a good one too.
Yep.
Yeah. I really like
Yep.
it.
Yeah, like
I mean-
both Descent films.
That could have a cool steelbook too. I think it's Lionsgate. The
Yeah.
Ruins.
Alice said, those girls are crazy for thinking that cave diving is something fun to do. There's no way I would ever go venturing into some caves.
No, fuck
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Well, that's not something fat
that's
guys
bad.
do. Fat guys don't go cave diving. You don't
No,
do shit.
they're
You know,
absolutely not.
we're
can't
born
keep people
claustrophobic. So,
None of us could fit down in the gym.
No, fuck no.
let's see. Sydney says, in your opinion, what is the absolute worst cover on a Blu-ray or 4K on a horror movie?
The Lost Boys.
The
one hanging
Entity.
from the bridge.
The Entity is
Yeah.
pretty fucking bad.
The Near Dark cover.
Oh god, that one's really bad. That one's really, really bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, Brian's about to break that one out. It's fucking terrible.
pretty bad. Pretty
What
fucking
the
bad.
fuck is
Twilight.
that?
It looks like Twilight.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Great movie.
Yeah, oh
Really
yeah.
good movie, yeah.
God, that's an awful cover.
Gizmo says, Chris, see the slasher dude. The I Spill in Your Grave remake looks like it's shot on DV cam and used CGI effects from Doom 1993. Reed says, hell yeah, Piranha whole movie was shot at Lake of Havasu.
Cool.
While around to the Descent, saw it in theaters. My mom jumped Preacher and back.
Yeah.
Brings a 3D over 4K all day.
Oh yeah, you and Joe Martinez, the only
Yeah.
one.
You and the other guy on the planet that likes 3D.
Chase, they took my penis.
Yeah, my penis.
Just roll off.
Yeah,
the
there's a
fucking
scene in
boat.
Double D, whatever, where basically the girl gets a fucking piranha like larva or something goes up inside her when she's skinny dipping and having sex, whatever, and the fucking fish comes out and bites his dick and bites like half of it off. And sounds cool, but it's just campy. But yeah, that movie was fun for about 15 minutes, and after that, I was like, okay, you got all the jokes out. Now it's just stupid.
Yeah.
And David Hasselhoff. I mean, I'm not a big
Oh
Hasselhoff.
yeah, I forgot he's in there.
Hoff. Yeah. But yeah, so the Descent is amazing. Same with Dog Soldiers, and also like Doomsday from him.
Oh yeah, Doomsday is underrated.
Yeah, apocalyptic. Yeah, when they barbecue that dude, and they're just celebrating, so much, just the joy on their faces as they're instant barbecuing that guy. It's great.
Neil Marshall, right?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure the
I think
director.
that's the director's name.
Yeah, Brian loads of fun, says Holland. Gizmo is part of my 10 times the terror DVD set. I have that Lionsgate released. I think the only movies I ever saw in theaters in 3D were My Bloody Valentine and the Jonas Brothers 3D concert experience. Those two titles describe me pretty well.
My Bloody Valentine's another great remake.
Yeah.
I'd rather Jonas over Justin Bieber. So
Christy said the Double D edition. Yeah. Revenge of the Creature 1955 was a 3D sequel to Creature from the Black Lagoon.
yeah, that's in the box set, the 30 film set.
Rhino Double D, the Hoff. Chrissy the Slasher Dude, it's not terrible, but I still would go into it with really low expectations. The girl in it does an okay job. Alan just broke Tony's heart throwing that slip across the room. Yeah, I don't think Tony would care about that one. So he says Cape Fear is great, just like the original.
Yeah.
Yep. De Niro's great. Cape Fear is excellent. One of my favorite Robert De Niro performances. That's a good
That's
job.
what my favorite movie is.
Yeah.
Cape
Fear's
Fear's lots of fun.
Lots of
What
fun.
was
Good
fun
family
about
film.
When he gets
Family film.
when he rapes the woman, he's like, "I got you now, bitch," and bites her face off. Is that fun?
Fun for the whole family.
Yeah.
Nice, Brad. Cape Fear. By the time I'm done with you, you'll be speaking tongues.
Yeah.
Speaking of tongues. When he was laughing in the movie theater is great. Yeah.
He gets when he's on the boat and he gives a little like explanation. He's like, "Granny drinks strychnine, and Granddad used to handle poisonous snakes, and he's just got a flare that's just burning in his hand, and it's just burning the shit out of him, and he's just not doing anything about it. It's creepy as hell."
Yeah. McNulty goes crazy in the Hulk 2003.
He goes crazy in everything. There's not
Yeah.
one movie where he doesn't go crazy in.
Well, he hates his job.
Yeah.
He's the only actor that hates his job. God damn, I got to go to work.
There's one shot in Cape Fear where he like picks up a big rock and like blood is pouring out of his face and his mouth, and he's just I'm gonna kill you. It's just like that.
One good thing about Piranha Double D is the opening scene's got fucking Gary Busey in it. So it starts off strong.
Yeah, I forgot Gary Busey.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I think his only line is like, "Damn that smell! Knock a buzzard off a gut wagon." Alex says, "I've only seen Killing Ground once, but I remember enjoying it.
It's been on my list for a long time to check out.
Had a good time with it, man. It's a good one." And he says, "Cape Fear is damn good. Hope we get a 4K release of that."
We have to. Sooner or
Yeah.
later, somebody's going to do it.
Caveman says, "That is Australia summer around New Year's."
There you go.
Okay, there we go. Vindicated. Backcountry 2014.
Might hear more about that. I know Alan loves that movie.
Nick B. Love your picture there, dude. Yeah, it's on Tubi. Nice. Nice pick, Pops. I have to check out Killing Ground. Brian is off again watching the crab film. Coco, you need to turn it off.
Yeah.
What's going on, Jamie?
What's up, Jamie?
Nick B says, "You seen the 80s movie Nightmare Beach?" I own it.
Yeah.
Not watched it yet.
It's a good one.
So he says, "Brian, question: What's the most weirdest movie that you've ever seen?"
I don't know.
The Greasy
clue.
Strangler.
Maybe Society or something like that. I don't know.
Like weird.
Scholar said, "Don't hassle the Hoff." Fuck the Hoff.
How about a Bag Boy Lover Boy? That's a pretty weird one.
I'm familiar
Bag Boy,
with it.
Lover Boy.
The
Seven.
Seven.
Yeah, 7 release.
What's the mystery top 5?
Yeah, summer horror movies.
Summer horror movies.
Yep.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Top 5 summer horror films. Yep. Gizmo, the best pickup I've had the last month and maybe the entire year is the box set of Peter Jackson on DVD. Original Norwegian release. Super cool.
Mm.
Yeah, you seen that picture.
Okay.
That does look really, really cool. Hey to Jamie. Yeah, Gizmo said, or Chris said to Gizmo, "That's an awesome release you have of that, man." Yep. Armageddon 1998 is the #1 summer horror.
People are dying. You know, it's summertime.
Stay tuned. Hey, Jamie. Love Nightmare Beach, Chris says. Hey, Holland. Weirdest film I've seen is Naked Lunch. I'm still confused.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
It's weird as fuck. Yeah.
Gives me Helena, whatever the fuck, from my film Christmas Blood, played a small part in Bag Boy Loverboy. Yeah, I've never heard of Bag Boy Loverboy, but sounds like a winner.
Works in a food truck, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I know it.
All right, moving right along, guys. Number 2. What you got,
Number
answer?
2. We got Hostel.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, Hostel. You know, that's Eli Roth, really bloody good time for sure with this one. And, you know, I think the premise, it's weird because I know a lot of people shit on Hostel and I have no idea why. Because just the premise of it alone is super scary, right? Like, you're an American, you're traveling abroad, you know, you're going to all these different places, you don't know the language, you don't know the culture and what's going on there. And that is scary in itself. You know, and then you got these 3 guys that are traveling, you know, it's for the summertime, they get out, go travel Europe and everything. And they stop by these hostels and bars and they're partying, they're sleeping with women, having a good time. And then, and then one of their friends gets taken. You know, he gets kidnapped and brought to this place where basically they pay to torture Americans. They pay the most. You have to pay the most amount of money to torture an American. You know, so depending on where you're from, it costs different. But you know, for Americans, they want to torture the shit out of
25,000.
Yeah, yeah. So they're
Still
willing
the
to
best, better than all the rest.
Yep, they're willing to pay a lot. So yeah, they get this guy, and you know at that point, you know, the third act when they really start getting into that's where it's, you know, you get all this blood and gore and all this stuff. But really, the lead up to it is great. You know, I love because you know you're just having a fun time with these guys. It's like, yeah, this is a blast. What's the horror? You know, and until you get to that third act where it's like, oh shit, you know. Because these 2 hot girls come on to them. They're like, oh, yeah, let's show you this and show you that. And then their whole job is they're basically sirens. You know, they bring you in and they, you know, make sure that you get kidnapped and taken to this place. And, yeah, they torture you. And, you know, they fucking cut your Achilles tendon and they're cutting your eyeballs out and they're taking a blowtorch to your eyeball. And
whatever you pay, whatever you do, whatever you want.
They can do whatever they want. I mean, you can saw off limbs. You can just go in there and, you know, shoot somebody or whatever. It's like it's whatever you want to do. They provide the tools to do it however you want to kill the person, you know. And it's just it's really sick and fucked up and twisted, but it's a great idea for a horror film. I mean, I think. And I can't even think, is there like another movie that does something like that? Or I think it's kind of a unique idea, you know, to me. So yeah, you know, great film. And yeah, I think people should check it out if they haven't. And Hostel 2 is actually a lot of fun as well.
It's really good. Hostel 2.
I had this on my list. I'm changing now because I brought some alternates in case it got picked. I just picked up this box set, whatever, that I didn't even know existed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
oh, that's badass.
But I mean, look, it's real flimsy, whatever. Basically, it just opens on the side here, and then you got the 3 films on the side.
Oh, okay.
But I've never seen this artwork though, so that's so it says the Unseen edition.
Yeah.
And there's the other 2.
I remember the trailer when it came out for Hostel. It was Hostel, but it was in German, like they would say Hostel Tile 2.
Yeah.
You know, like it was. You know, I have theories on why those movies are so hated. Number 1, it wasn't made in 1984, so naturally people are going to hate it. Number 2, you know, it was labeled the dreaded torture porn. A lot of guys' girlfriends fucking hated it because it was so brutal and violent. They didn't like it, so they didn't like it themselves. So a lot of people talk shit about it because it's torture porn. I hate that fucking term, and I hate anybody that fucking uses that term. But people need to get the stick out of their ass. If it's good, it's good.
I know it's a good movie. It's a good movie. Who cares? Because people say that about the Saw films too. They're all just torture porn. You know, it's like, what is that? what does that mean? Like, who cares? So what? There's a lot of blood and gore and stuff, and that's
Well, it's kind of the point of the Saw movies.
right.
The
I mean,
Saw
like, what's
character, the Jigsaw character wants people to suffer. That's the whole point.
yeah. But with
I think-
Hostel, you do get to hang out with the characters beforehand. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
nice build up
Yeah.
until you get to that third act where then you see all the blood.
And the movie made about like $500 million, so it must be a piece of shit everybody fucking hated. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, but there's like this gang called the Bubblegum Gang,
Kids,
this
yeah.
group of kids, and I guess Eli just hired these kids off the street to be this gang or whatever, and I thought that was really funny. Just, hey kids, you know what, you want to be a part of this movie? Here's some money, and just you're just gonna
That fucking one guy in Ollie, whatever.
gang.
He's always like, "Of course, my horse."
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
says like 3 or 4 times, "Of course, my horse."
And one day he just texts them and says, "I go home." That's the last you see.
Yeah. After me and my son seen that movie for fucking months, I'd say something about, you want to go to the movie? Of course, my horse. And that's
Yeah.
just something we started fucking saying all the fucking time. I got to be aggravating. So I watched it again today, and I was like, "Fuck." So I texted my son, "Of course, my horse." He said, he said, "Me and my wife were just talking about that movie."
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely check out
That's a
Hostel.
good one. I'm a fan of them.
All right, so my number 2 is going to be the 1979 classic Zombie.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
dude.
Yeah.
Multi classic. So yeah, basically this woman's going onto this island to find her father, and then of course there's just hordes of zombies everywhere. Basically, not really too
Really
much of a
zombies.
premise to this movie. Just that
That's the whole premise.
they wind up on the beach, and there they are, and the whole time they're just running away from these fucking crazy zombies, and they're walking slow as shit, but they're still effective and still getting to everybody and killing them off one by one. Some of my favorite zombies in any movie at all, like ever. But I love the slow moving zombies from back in the day.
Mhm.
Love the practical effects, especially like the maggots coming out of the eyeball here.
Yeah,
And of course the impalement, the wooden stake through the girl's eye,
so good.
the splinter eyeball scene, so effective. Fulci just did a great job with the effects and everything back in the day. I don't know, it's just a classic that a lot of people still haven't seen for some reason. I don't know what it is. And there's a lot of cool like zombie throat rips in the scene. I mean, in this movie too. Like, I don't know. I just love all that kind of shit. Pretty much anything that Fulci's done, I've just I can't really describe this too well. It's just a full out zombie gore fest, really.
Yeah, it's not heavy on the story anyway, but
No, it's not.
the giant fat zombie at the beginning that's fat because he ate all the passengers.
Yeah.
He just kind of flops into the water too.
Yeah, just face first in the fucking water.
Does a belly flop in the water?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't? Did you? I was away. The shark. Did you mention the
Yeah.
shark?
Oh yeah, the zombie versus the shark scene.
Yeah.
That's probably the coolest scene in the movie.
A real guy down there with a fucking
Yeah, a real guy
shark.
down there. Yeah. I think that the stuntman that was supposed to do the scene was sick during the day of the shooting, so the cameraman had to go in there and be the zombie.
Yeah,
He was sick. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
fuck that, I'm
didn't
not
make
doing
it.
that.
didn't make it in that day. Sorry, guys.
All right, I'm calling in sick, guys. Sorry, you gotta have the cameraman do it.
Well, there's also a naked woman down there with the shark too swimming around.
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
it's Italian.
It's Italian, so you got that.
A sweet flip on that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it is.
Might be kind of rare. I'm not sure.
It might be a little bit rare.
Yeah, that's rare. I got it, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm selling it for $550
Cool.
first,
To-
I'm joking. I'm not going to sell that bitch.
I'm not selling it because I got it as a present, but I would sell it to
Yeah.
Trini if I didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is a great movie though, man, because it feels so real. It's like so gritty, and it almost kind of like how TCM feels like a shot on video type.
Yeah.
Like it feels like you're right there
Yeah,
with
it's
them.
got
and
that- It's got
it's
that
got that
gritty,
same feel.
the gritty vibe to it. Yeah.
fucking yeah. The soundtrack.
The
I
soundtrack.
love that score.
Mhm.
And it gets to you after a while. You just finally it starts to it seeps in, and then when it finally breaks down and they're in the barn and all that, yeah, that's an icon, that movie.
Yeah, it's Fabio Frizzi does the soundtrack.
Yeah, great choice, man.
All right, my number 2, 2022, written and directed by Ty West, X.
Yeah.
Takes place in rural northeast Texas. Shot 100% in New Zealand. Basically, what this is, the Mia Goth character and several others, Brittany Snow, they go into a rural town to rent a bunkhouse cheap, so they can shoot a porno cheap, save money instead of where in Houston it'd be a lot cheaper. And they run on to this old couple that's there, and the whole reason they rent the bunkhouse out is to get people there, lure people there, so that they can either basically fulfill their deviant fucking acts with them, basically. And eventually after they shoot the porno, all hell breaks loose. It's a blast, tons of fucking gore, just an all out melee. This is I've heard it described as a breath of fresh air. That's a great way to put it. This is an awesome blood and guts, old school type horror. Tons of homages, nods, whatever you want to say, to old school horror movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Eaten Alive, Psycho, you name it, it's in this. Again, I don't want to go too far into it because this is a newer movie. A lot of people are kind of slow to getting to these, but if you haven't seen this, I highly recommend it. This is a fucking riot, a lot of fun. They made a prequel immediately after this called Pearl, and there's a sequel coming out later this year called Maxine, XXX Maxine. Man, I just enjoy it from beginning to end. Even with the cuck bit, I still think it's great. And yeah, man, just a riot, man. I can't recommend this higher. Great summer. I pulled this, to watch. It was kind of a summer horror title, and I watched it recently. Holds up really well. I don't have any issues with it. Like I said, man, Ty West's got a bright future, and this is a winner for sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, man.
And Pearl
That's the
was
one where
great too.
me golf
Pearl?
is naked in it.
Yeah.
Pearl's solid too.
Yeah.
All right, my number 2. This might be a lot of people might not agree with this because there's so many people that's on either side of the fence for this movie here. I'm a huge fucking fan of this movie.
Is it another Christmas movie?
It is not. Yeah, it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
The Devil's Rejects.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Out of the Firefly trilogy, this is my favorite. This is the one that I seen first and went back and watched The House of Thousand Corpses. Fucking love this movie. I've seen this in theaters, and yeah, I've always been a fan of this film. I am a Rob Zombie fan. I like the Halloween movies. I like the way he shoots movies. I hadn't seen the fucking Monsters. I don't plan on seeing it, but I love the way this movie's shot. The fucking cast of this movie is just great. You got Sid Haig, rest in peace. I love Sid Haig, Captain Spaulding, Sherry Moon Zombie, of course. She's in fucking everything. She plays character Baby. Bill Moseley is great in this. As Otis. Just a fucking slime ball. This whole fucking movie's slimy. First off, the opening shot, before I get the rest of the cast, the opening shot, whatever, you get just a hardcore feel of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, you can just tell that Rob Zombie's a huge Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan. You can just tell he's trying to go for that vibe. But I feel like he captured it for that opening shot, the opening scene there at the farmhouse. William Forsythe, we were talking about him on the stream the other night. William Forsythe's great in fucking everything. Sheriff Waddell. He's over the top in this, trying to be Billy Badass in this. He just does a fucking great job. He pretty much plays the same character in every fucking movie.
Yeah.
Kind of a cocky, over the top, just a redneck badass, whatever. And he does a really good job at playing Sheriff Waddell in this. You got a lot of throwbacks from other movies. You have Ken, I always say his name wrong. Help me out, Brian. Ken Foree, the guy from
Ken Foree.
Ken Fury.
He's great in this. Just my favorite scene with him is when him and another character, Michael Berryman's in this. When him and Michael Berryman stop to the guy selling chickens on the side of the road. And because Sid Haig makes the best fucking fried chicken.
Yeah.
So they pull over to buy these 2 fucking chickens, and you got this fucking redneck with his belly hanging out, sitting in a chair. He's giving them the chickens. Whatever he says, y'all ain't planning on fucking these chickens, are you? and then he calls Michael Berryman a chicken fucker or whatever. It's a great fucking scene. It's hilarious. Why would this guy just think they're gonna fuck these chickens? Cut their head off, stick your dick in the chicken, and they start flapping around. Like I said, it's that kind of movie. You've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. The whole fucking movie has crazy shit like that. I fucking love it. Like I said, Michael Berryman, Jeffrey Lewis plays Roy. Now I love Jeffrey Lewis.
Jeffrey Lewis has been a member of Jeffrey Lewis. And
Hold on.
loves
Amazon.
Jeffrey Lewis.
Alexa, fuck. Alexa, stop. My Alexa was going to tell you all about Jeffrey Lewis. Jeffrey Lewis, whatever it is, that's Juliette Lewis's dad. Y'all didn't know. He's great in this. I love the scene when he's going to the ice machine. He runs into baby Sherry Moon Zombie, and she's flirting with him, and he's just fucking cheesing real fucking hard. That whole fucking back and forth is just it's fucking great. He's of course the first thing he says about him, he says, that I'm a singer. I met Johnny Cash. I shook his hand, and you can tell he's just a fucking corn dog. And this girl's fucking hitting on him, and it's just a great scene. Danny Trejo's in this. Diamond Dallas Page play the two hitmen. And Diamond Dallas Page ain't pretty anyway, but they ugly him up even more.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And they were going to pick another wrestler for that scene. I think it was Chris Jericho, but Rob Zombie said he was too pretty, and they wanted somebody a little more whatever. So they got Danny Trejo and fucking Diamond Dallas Page. Mission accomplished. PJ Souls has got a little role in this. Whenever fucking Sid Haig steals the car, she's the mom with the kid. Kane Hodder has got an uncredited scene in this. Kane Hodder is one of the when they raid the house in the beginning, they're all wearing the gas mask. One of the cops with the gas mask on the left is Kane Hodder. You don't see him; he's got a mask on. Also, Tyler Mane. Tyler Mane. I want to say, if I understood this right, Tyler Mane is the other Firefly family member. When they raid the house, he's wearing the Iron Man suit, like the body armor. Yeah. And they shoot the piss out of him, he falls down. I think that character is Tyler Mane. But yeah, you got the murderous backwood Firefly family take to the road to escape the vengeful Sheriff Waddell, who was not afraid of being as ruthless as his target. Part 2 of the Firefly trilogy. It won the most vile villain for the Firefly family and the best horror movie of the 2006 Scream Awards. Whatever that's worth. Yeah, there's so many things about the movie that I love. There's so many great lines. Just the funny shit they say. Like Bill Moseley, whenever he's Otis's character Otis, when he's taking the two guys out, whatever, to kill them. Some of the shit he says to them on the way out there, it's just I love the way it's shot. It's just a dark, dirty, grimy ass fucking movie, and I don't want to go. If you haven't seen the fucking movie, I don't want to go into some of my favorite parts at the end. It's got one of the greatest fucking endings ever. The movie should have stopped right there. 3 from Hell should have never been made, I don't think. The way that movie ended, the guns ablazing at the end, that was a great way to end it. Be done with it. But yeah, the great characters all the way around. And of course, the opening scene with Sid Haig having sex, and he's having a dream he's having sex with some fucking hot girl, and which is funny in itself. He fucking wakes up, whatever, and he's laying next to that thing. It's just like I said, if you're into shit like this, weird, just, really nasty, dark shit, you can't go wrong with Devil's Rejects. Number 2.
That's a winner.
Great choice.
Yeah, I love it, man. I watched it again today. It holds up so well. Still my favorite out of the trilogy.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that don't like that film for some reason.
You saw that before House?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I seen that one in theaters. Then I went out and watched the other one on I rented it probably.
Gotcha.
Back then. All right. Where did we leave off at? Damn, way back there. I think this is it. Yeah, Hostel, good movie, says Sydney. Chris C says Touristas. I really like it as a summer film to me. Oh yeah, Narnia. We love the Hostel documentary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Chrissy, the Hostel is a great torture film. I love it.
Torture.
Yeah, my daughter went over to Thailand for a year and a half to teach, whatever. And that's the first thing I thought about when she was going over there. I was like, "Fuck." You think about shit like that. I've never been out the country, so I don't know. But you think every country's like that. You go to another country, you're going to go to fucking hostel and you get fucking chewed on, whatever.
There's places you can go here. Go up to Johnny's house unannounced. See what
happens. It's many movies, Anthony. Check out some Asian films from the 80s, and there's 2 Russian films from the 70s that goes crazy on that.
Go up there and knock on Johnny's door unannounced. You'd be upside down, getting your head dipped in honey while the pet bear is getting ready to get fed.
Johnny's watching around going, "What the fuck?" Jamie says, okay, Jamie's top 5 here. Yeah, you guys do that in the chat. Let us know what your top 5 are.
Yeah.
Sleepaway Camp, Hills Have Eyes. Am I saying that right? Teresa's, Eden Lake. Yeah, Eden Lake is another one that I wanted to throw in here. I really did. I didn't get a chance to rewatch it, and I don't own it. I know there's a German media book out there I want to get. It's in 4K. I really want to get that German media book. I love Eden Lake. Friday the 13th Part 2.
Yeah, that's a solid list.
Solid list for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Eden Lake, y'all haven't seen Eden Lake, y'all need to watch that. That's really good.
Somebody's
Michael
putting that
Fassbender's
out on
on that.
4K. Somebody's doing a 4K of that right now.
Well, I know there's a German 4K coming out. I don't know if we get one here yet, but there's a 4K
It's a
in
British
Germany.
film movie, I think.
Yeah, Riverman, what's going on? I still dig the Hostel movies. Yep.
Yeah.
Eden Lake is dark. Yep, it is. A lot of things that are dark sometimes, it makes me appreciate the light. There you go.
Yeah. Well said.
Chubbs, what's going on?
Chubbs.
Chubbs.
Hey, everybody. Fuck yeah for Fulci's masterpiece, Zombie.
Mm-hmm.
Fulci Zombie is king.
The winner.
Trini's saying thanks to Brian.
Showing the fucking slip.
Yeah.
Oh, says, Pops, you going to get the zombie comic issue number 2? Has the shark versus zombie art on the cover? Probably not. Probably not.
You can still get those at the art house. The first print of whatever they were, the
Box.
comic. Yeah, whatever it is. It's a big box. I don't know.
Yeah.
I went.
I do want to get that.
I didn't get.
I do want to get that shirt. They got that cool zombie shark shirt.
That shirt is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, send me that slip, bro.
Everybody wants that slip.
Chris says, Stephen Thrower has a great commentary on that release. The ultimate Fulci fan. X was my horror of the year. Love it.
It's a good one, man.
Yeah. James says, X is a good one. Forgot about that one being in summer.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, X was solid. Jason says, love Fulci, but I can't watch Zombie or a lot of his movies late at night. The music puts me to sleep. I'm getting old in dad life.
It's melodic for sure.
Yeah. I also loved X and Pearl so much. I can't wait for Maxine.
I hope Maxine's great too.
Better come out this year, damn it.
It's supposed to be fall, right?
It's supposed to be. It
I
hasn't
think so.
we don't have a trailer yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Riverman says, so happy Ty West is getting the respect he deserves. James says, Devil Rejects is solid.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't you like clowns? Don't you think we're fucking funny?
Think we're fucking funny.
The Devil's Rejects is my favorite of the Firefly trilogy as well. And yep.
I still like House the best,
Me too. But
but I like Devil's Rejects too.
they're pretty
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Chris says, Devil Rejects is my favorite Rob Zombie film. It's basically Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The Devil's Rejects is my favorite Rob Zombie film too. Devil's Rejects and House are still a hell of a lot of fun. They are.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love both of them. Alice says, I am the devil and I'm here to do the devil's work.
It's true.
I am a chicken fucker, but Pops wins tonight. Devil's Rejects, Texas, Brian on second place with an Italian zombie naked girl shark film. Good night. Also, the Alan versus Alexa saga continues. Yeah, I'm going to find it for her to turn that bitch off. I didn't say Alexa. Why she even started talking? So, he says, loved X. I hope we get more horror films, more horror movies like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ty West and Brandon Cronenberg are gonna continue to carry it, forward for the next
That's important.
20 years or so.
Yeah, that's definitely important. He says, The Devil's Rejects is definitely Rob Zombie's best movie. I remember seeing House of a Thousand Corpses opening night in the full theater. I think I was the only person who liked it.
Yeah, they're divisive for sure.
Yep. Devil's Rejects has such a great soundtrack. Midnight Rider, Fooled Around and Fell in Love, and Freebird. Yep.
All of his movies have excellent soundtracks.
Wild Wrangler says that sunny summer day when you're talking to me at the highest peak. Rob Zombie has great taste in music. His movies usually have great soundtracks.
Yeah,
The composer.
Yeah.
Oh, going back to Hostel for a minute, Anthony, I meant to say this when you were talking about it. When I was doing research on that film, whenever there's I have to go back and find the timestamp, but there's a scene, like a little cameo where they're out in the street making a lot of noise, whatever, where Quentin Tarantino sticks his head out the window and hollers at them just for a second. You can see him just for a minute.
That's
So
funny.
he was like one of the 8 producers on that film.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you know,
I've never looked into it, but some of the people there, I'm sure, horror icons.
Yeah.
Like there's a Japanese businessman. I'm like, is that Takashi Miike, or you know what I mean? Is it somebody? There's got to be
I
somebody.
think he is in it. Yeah.
Yeah,
and there's one shot where you can see Pulp Fiction playing on the TV. I think
yeah.
it's in another language, but
I think there was I think actually Takashi Miike was a part of the movie. Actually, directed part of the movie,
It sounds right.
like the part with the girl by the train and everything towards the end.
okay.
Yeah.
Gizmo says, I will watch Barbie and the Nutcracker with Mindy now, warming up to the masterpiece Barbie 2023, Anthony top 100 Barbie movies.
Gosh.
That would be hard to watch. Chris says, his top 5 are The Descent, The Ruins, The Burning,
X.
X, and then Friday the 13th, The New Beginning.
No,
Five.
solid. Yeah, New Beginning. Nice.
Yeah.
By the way, Showgirls, best
There you
summer movie. Cool shirt, by the way.
Yeah.
Showgirls, best summer movie. Hot take. All right, guys, we're going to do something different here. We're going to do our honorable mention before we do our number 1.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then while we're doing our honorable mention in the chat, y'all try to guess what y'all think our number 1 is going to be. If you guys are full game. So
Fun.
So we're going to go ahead and do an honorable mention before we get to our number 1.
Now, honorable mentions plural or honorable mention as in one?
That's up to you guys. At least one if you have it. If you have one, I'll try to pull at least one. I actually
Okay.
have
I got about 4.
I have 2 here. I have 2 here that I'm going to pull.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go with Friday the 13th, Part 6. Yeah, I love this movie.
Zombie Jason, yeah.
Zombie Jason.
Mhm.
I mean, it's got great kills in it, even though I know that they're still kind of watered down or whatever because the MPAA was all up their ass around this time or whatever. But they're still really
They're still
good
great.
kills,
He
actually.
fucking folds that dude.
Yeah, he folds the guy in half. I mean, he twists that one chick's head. I mean, there's a lot of good kills. He even throws a knife at one guy. I mean,
Yeah, he's got a little tool belt too. It's
he's
like
got like a
Yeah.
Batman,
yeah.
type of things, going around his waist.
He throws tent stakes. He has tent stakes that he throws at people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite kills is when he just right at the beginning where he just punches right through that guy's chest and rips out his heart. I mean, that's a great kill right there. And I like the look of Zombie Jason. I think it's cool. And it's just I like it too because it's once again it feels. I mean, all of the Friday the 13th for the most part, at least the first 7 feel like good summertime slasher time. Oh, and the remake as well, but the majority of them feel like summertime slasher films, so you could pick just about any one. But yeah, no, I just think this one's a blast. It's one of my favorite ones.
Great one, man.
And it's got a really solid soundtrack. I really like CJ Graham as Jason. I think he does a great job. I like the triple decapitation scene. I think that's great. And you actually get, they're preparing the camp. They're getting it ready, which you've seen before in other ones. You've seen in the first one, the second one, the camp counselors are getting it ready for the kids to come. And in this movie, you actually get to see the kids. So it adds a little bit more tension and suspense to the film because you're like, holy shit, could Jason actually kill some kids or whatever, so.
Dude,
And
he wrecks that fucking RV.
What's that?
And he wrecks the RV and he's just standing on top of it like burning.
That's an iconic shot.
Yeah,
I would
shot.
put that poster up on my wall for
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, it's just even the end, where the boat's on fire and he's trying to put the chain around Jason's neck and sink him to the bottom of the lake. I mean, that's all great. I mean, there's really even and the characters in this movie, you really like the characters, like the camp counselors and everybody and the sheriff. Wherever the red dot goes, you bang. Like that, his funny deputy and everybody's great. So
You're not supposed to think this much. Because Jason picked up the fucking rock and walked down the lake. I mean,
He would have,
fucking.
it would have been anaerobic. He would have pulled the chain down and got under the rock and lifted it up and just walked out of the lake. But
I mean, he walked into the
apparently
lake.
it held him there for one whole movie.
Yeah.
and then just really quick, I'll shout out Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great, really fun comedy horror type movie. Yeah, just check this one out.
I love the back of that steelbook.
Yeah, yeah, you got
The back's
beer.
awesome. The beer can.
Got the beer can.
PBR.
This is a hilarious movie. If you haven't seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil, just go check it out. Just,
Yeah. That was a fucking steal on Amazon, man.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a great deal on the Steelbook and on Amazon. And then one more, and I bet Alan's going to talk about this one as well. He might have some more fun facts. But The Hills Have Eyes remake. Yeah, because Alan, I know you're saying you just watched this one not that long ago. The Hills Have Eyes remake. Love this movie.
Yeah,
Great
awesome.
remake.
Yeah, yeah, really brutal, really gory, bloody. There's a lot to go into it. I don't know, but it's a fun one. It's really, really. I honestly, in my opinion, I prefer this one over the original. The Wes Craven one. I think this one just does I think it just does everything a little bit better than the original, in my opinion. And it's really sick. I mean, these fucking like mongoloid hill people fucking got, just go and kill. I mean, it's brutal. It's really brutal. So, I mean, look at that scene, just that scene alone.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for my honorable mentions.
Great
Good
picks.
stuff.
Thank you.
I just pulled one honorable mention because I didn't know. Jaws 3.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so skipped the first two, went with the third one from our honorable. Just a lot of fun. SeaWorld, they got this new underwater kingdom type thing with plexiglass where they can get closer to the sea creatures than ever before at SeaWorld.
Yeah.
And you got this little baby shark that got in there and it made his way in there, and then the mom, comes there after and fucking fucks them all up.
The sharks never look
We
more
don't
real.
need to dig too much into it.
Well, yeah. Got Dennis Quaid, Louis Gossett Jr., small cameo by Leah Thompson in here. Yeah. Overall, just a lot of fun.
It's a winner.
And I do hope we
you know
got a
what?
4K of that one as well next year.
Yeah, I love movies that take place at theme parks and amusement parks and stuff like that. So, it's just Jaws at SeaWorld.
Well,
Yep.
Alan can sleep soundly at night now because the Jaws movie was picked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's got some really bad effects in here, but I do enjoy it a lot.
Dude, I seen it in theaters in 3D, man. And when I was a kid, fucking loved it. And I still love it for that reason. But I mean, it's definitely not one of the strongest Jaws movies by any stretch. But it's a lot of fun. I watch it often. So,
Yep. We got a poster in the bathroom of it.
That's awesome. I like you pulled Jaws 3. That's cool.
Some of mine got pulled already, so I pulled an extra one here.
Oh,
But Brian pulled Zombie. Great summer movie. A lot of badass shit in that one.
I like that slip more than my slip.
This
Yeah,
is
I'm
an
also-
old Blu-ray,
I know.
but there was
Yeah,
3 different versions of this one.
We got 3 of them, yeah.
Anthony already talked about it. Hills Have Eyes, unrated, the remakes. Both of them are good, I think, 1 and 2.
Yep.
And it's mentioned in the chat. This is a good one. Turistas. It was like a Hostel ripoff, basically, kind of, but not really. Takes
I haven't
place in
seen that.
Brazil. There is a Blu-ray, but it's out of print. I'm sure this is a Lionsgate, I believe. Nope, 20th Century Fox. Who knows what the fuck's gonna happen with this? But the DVD's good. I know there is a Blu-ray. And the last honorable mention, Toby Hooper's Funhouse.
Oh, great one. Yeah.
Takes place at a summer carnival. If you haven't seen this movie, man, Gerald, I think this is pretty slept on. I didn't see it until maybe 2 years ago for the first time. I really, really love this movie, and carnival setting, summertime, late summer, whatever the fuck it is. Check it out.
Yeah.
That's all my honorable mentions.
All right. Get to mine here.
The great thing about the Funhouse too is it feels like an actual carnival.
Yeah,
when you're there.
absolutely.
It feels very real. And I think the cow with like the split face or whatever,
Those are real animals,
right?
Yeah, those are all
Those-
real animals. Yeah.
And I know it wasn't an honorable mention, but I was thinking about maybe like rewatching A Perfect Getaway because I didn't like that movie back in the day, and I'm curious if I like it on a rewatch.
Mm.
The one with Steve Zahn.
Yeah. I actually seen that in theaters, and I
Yeah.
remember liking it, but I went in with high expectations,
Yeah.
and I remember thinking it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I watched it a second time and rented it or something, and I liked it more.
Yeah, when I see Teresa's, I always think of that movie for some reason. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I put them in the same world.
Yeah, I watched it for the stream. It holds up pretty well. It's not that great, but
Yeah.
it is summer and
Yeah.
all that shit.
All right, so I have 2 honorable mentions, and one's going to be this bad motherfucker right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This everybody knows I love this fucking movie. I mean, John Jarrett, whatever, is Mick Taylor. You pretty much got fucking Freddy Krueger and Crocodile Dundee fucking had a baby. Or they had a baby. I mean, that's what you have here. This guy's got so much fucking, I don't want to say charisma, but he's like a bad guy that you enjoy seeing him on the screen.
Yeah.
He's a terrible dude. He does some horrible shit, but he says some really funny shit when he's doing it. And it's just enjoyable. If you're a sick twisted fuck like me, there's no way you can't love this movie. It was directed by Greg McLean. Came out in 2005. It starts off with giving you some facts, whatever. It's 30,000 people go missing in Australia every year. 90% are found. The rest are never heard from again. I mean, Brad has talked about this before. I mean, obviously, I've never been to Australia, but Australia is pretty much, pretty civilized, fuck, all around the fucking, country, and everything in the center is pretty much a fucking wasteland. From what I gather. I mean,
it's a huge country.
You drive across Australia, you drive through a lot of, like little small towns and whatever they call them over there. But supposedly it's a pretty brutal place to live. And this movie really kind of captures that, whatever. I mean, you don't want to run across this fucking Mick Taylor guy. I mean, he's just I don't know. He's pretty fucked up, but he's a great character. The movie's strong as hell. It's just like I said, if you hadn't seen it, check it out, whatever. I think you'll love the Mick Taylor guy. It's such a fun time. And there he is right there on the back. Just in all his fucking greatness. Just awesome. The other one I got here, this is not going to be a very popular pick at all. This is a nostalgia pick. We kind of talked about this a little bit, I think, in the last stream. It's just going to be an honorable mention, but it's the Hills Have Eyes Part 2. I know this is most people's least favorite of this franchise. I can understand why. Like I said, I watched this on repeat back when I was a kid. It was just a lot of fun. And I watch it now, and I know it's not a great movie, but like I said, I got a lot of nostalgia for it, and I just wanted to throw it up there. It's definitely, I think, falls into the summertime category.
Oh yeah,
it is a Wes Craven film. He made this movie basically because he needed the money, and they ran out of money, so they couldn't finish the movie. And the movie was actually, the filming started before Nightmare on Elm Street, but they were like 3/4 of the way done with it. They made Nightmare on Elm Street, which basically became a huge fucking hit, obviously. And so they talked him into going back and finishing the movie. Problem was they didn't have enough film in order to make a complete film. That's why you get so many cutback scenes to part 1. You even have the world famous dog cutback scene, the dog flashback.
Yeah.
I think it's never been done in any other fucking movie. So there you go. So it's famous for that. But that's why you get so many, scenes from the first movie and this, because they were trying to make it a full, feature length film. But like I said, most people in this movie say it's terrible. Wes Craven has disowned this movie. There's that. But what the fuck do they know? But it's I have a good time with it. It is what it is. I wanted to at least throw it up as an honorable mention because I do have love for it. I may be the only person on fucking YouTube that does. But
I like that one. I like it more than the original. I like the second one because it's so retarded. It's basically Jason in the desert.
Yeah. You got Pluto, Michael Berryman playing Pluto. That's always fun.
He comes back. Michael Berryman came back for the sequel.
Yeah.
But he's like very timid in the sequel. He's like almost a victim, if I remember right.
And terrified of Beast. Because Beast fucked him up in the first
The dog. He's scared of the dog. Yeah.
Before that Arrow release, they had some shitty releases that part.
Oh, they really did.
Yeah,
they really did.
Some bad DVDs. Never good quality.
But I mean, this is a great looking release, man. I love the back.
Oh yeah, that one's good.
So
I got that one.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So that's my 2 honorable mentions. So we'll read the chat if anybody had any ideas or maybe here's some other honorable mentions before we move on here. Then we'll do our number 1. Original Fuzz, what's going on, man?
What's
up? And Chris, right for like Chris said, honorable mentions are all the Friday the 13th Paramount tapes.
Yeah, there you go.
Solid.
And James said my honorable mention is Bully.
Bully.
And The Burning has not been mentioned, so
Yeah, not yet.
Bully, I wouldn't call Bully a horror movie.
I'm not even familiar with Bully.
It's directed by Larry Clark, the guy who did Kids.
Mm.
Like takes place in Fort Lauderdale with Brad Renfro and Nick Stahl.
Yeah, I missed that one.
It's a good one.
damn, Dawn of the Dead remake, that would have been a good one. Yeah,
Solid.
that's a good one, Chris.
Definitely summer.
Trini says, Pops, I'm going to take a wild guess and say Jaws #1, but I could be wrong. No, get into the stream. I threw this up there and said I wasn't putting Jaws in any of my lists because that was too obvious. I mean, there's Jaws, and then there's all these movies. It wasn't fair.
Yeah,
So,
it wasn't fair.
I left that off.
We all agreed.
It's not going to be Jaws.
We all agreed not to make Jaws our #1.
So
That's such a big box set. Holy shit.
It's ridiculous.
let's fucking say this is my pride and fucking joy. I want to show it again. look at the detector on that bitch.
It's the size of like 4 Blu-rays.
It's a fucking cereal box.
It's fucking beautiful, dude. It's fucking beautiful. It's my favorite thing. Jamie says Tucker and Dale love that movie so much. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
a fun
blast.
Yep.
he took that out. He took that out of this training. Okay, yeah, Chris got him going there. Wolf Creek, Jaws, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Fear Street Part 2, 1978, and The Shallows.
Shallows
is
is a good one too.
Yeah.
Shallows. Jaws 3 is fun. Great choice. Yeah, Riverman says, I'm with you, Anthony. I enjoy the Hills remake too.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Chris says, hell yeah, the Funhouse, damn great slasher. Funhouse is excellent. A lot of fans of the Funhouse there.
Oh, yeah.
Also want to mention the Lost Boys. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Riverman said the Funhouse is my top 10 favorite horror movie. Strong.
Yeah, it is. Man, Rob Zombie owes his whole career to that movie, I think.
Yeah, Mike's DVD and Blu-ray collection. What's going on, man?
What's up,
Hey,
Dave?
what's up, Mike?
Yeah, good damn choice, Jamie. Perfect Getaway is underrated. I enjoyed it. I do want to watch that again. I do love Steve
It's on
Zahn.
Groove. I think it's like $5 on Groove or something.
Isn't Reed saying hey to Mike. Alex says Mick Taylor definitely has charisma, such a great villain.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Riverman says, I still haven't seen Wolf Creek Pops. I'll give it a watch on your recommendation. Yeah, let me know what you think, man.
That and the sequel.
Yeah, and the sequel and the two seasons of the TV show. It's all strong.
Watch
see
this
how you-
man just run over 50 kangaroos. Just
Yeah.
hilarious.
And if you think that the TV show might not be as good as the movie, watch the opening scene of the first episode. Opening scene of the first episode, within 5 minutes, you'll be hooked. If you're fans of the
I
movie.
don't see how anybody can't like that if they like horror.
Yeah. I really want to get his laugh down. I got to practice that laugh. I'm
Are
going to work
those
on that tonight.
seasons available anywhere?
My wife said I lost my fucking mind on the back porch, fucking where it's quiet. Trying to get his fucking laugh out. I lost my
I
fucking mind.
don't think those seasons have a physical release of Wolf Creek.
Oh.
I think it might.
I have them on Apple TV. I bought them on digital Apple TV. I don't think they do either. Not over here anyway. Maybe.
I think they do import. I think so.
Yeah.
I have to look into that.
Maybe The Hitcher would be mentioned. Damn, The Hitcher would have been a fucking good one for this. I think that's another good one. Fuck, it's sitting right there too. God damn it.
I watched both the Hitchers, and I considered it definitely both of them the remake too. But they're wearing fucking jackets the whole movie. I'm like, is it cold? Is it hot? It's the desert. It's New Mexico, but I'm like, couldn't really tell. The second one more so. It seems like they're not wearing jackets as much, but the first one's like everyone's wearing fucking jackets the whole time.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell,
No.
what the hell. But yeah,
I think it would have passed. That would
Yeah.
have been a good one. Hills 2, not great, but very fun. It's definitely not great. But I know when I got that was I think that was the first Arrow I ever bought when I started getting these boutique titles. I couldn't wait to fucking watch it because I ain't seen it in a long time. And I was like, oh, it was good. Not as good as I remember it being. But Wild Wrangler says, what release is that of Wolf Creek? That's the fucking I don't want to say their name. It's Viavision. It's the Australian release of Viavision. So
it's no longer.
that's what they put out.
There's a release like that, but it's non-lenticular.
Yeah. Jamie Hart's Wild Wrangler Arrow.
Yeah.
Cujo is kind of a summer horror. I thought about Cujo. Thought about Cujo, but I talked about that movie so many fucking times. I was trying to be a little different.
I saw that picture today of her dancing with the Cujo dog.
Yeah, I try not to look at that too much, so it fucks me up a little bit. It kind of takes away some of the horror of that movie.
Yeah.
And never mind, I read that wrong. Carry on. Cujo was definitely a summer movie. You know, even though it was cold when they were making the movie. They kept having to hide their breath. They'd make them eat ice chips, whatever, so you couldn't see the breath. It was cold when they were filming it. Train says, that's a huge bitch.
Tell him, Brian.
That's a huge bitch. Is that fucking
Deuce
Mel
Bigelow,
Gigolo?
Mel
Yeah,
Deuce
Gigolo.
Bigelow?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a huge bitch.
Yep.
Jamie said, Bully horrified me. I count it as a horror film, just personal preference.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, they just don't like this guy who like rapes his girlfriend and shit like that, so they fucking plan to kill him. This whole group of kids,
Yeah.
and it's a real story too, based on true story.
Damn Dirty Ape says, I got to mention Pumpkinhead and The Beach House.
Beach House is a very modern movie. It's on Shudder. It's good.
It's a good one. Is the Night House too is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You love The Beach House. I'd check that out. Yeah,
Okay.
UK, Brad. Yeah, The Beach House is good. Beach House is very H.P. Lovecraft-like. Wolf Creek 3 was supposed to come out this year. Not sure what's going on with it. Yeah, hopefully that happens.
Hopefully so we get it October. It was supposed to come out last year, actually, in October.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
I wonder if Greg McLean's behind it again.
Yeah, I hope so. Max Thunderdome, what's going on? Old Chief Woodhead and The Raft from Creepshow 2 would make my list.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great choices.
Lake Placid, another great summer horror movie. Yeah, that was considered as well. What's funny is a couple of days ago, when wife asked what the stream was going to be tonight, the first thing she said was, "What about Lake Placid?" She loves Lake Placid.
Yeah.
You know, she loves Betty White and that, so that's the first thing she recommended when I was to pull. All right.
If I had a dick, this is where I tell you to suck it.
Yeah, Betty White's fucking classic in that, man.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to our number one. Nobody really guesstimated this too much, but we're gonna go ahead and let everybody know.
All right, number one, we got It Follows.
That's a great pick, man.
Yeah.
Great pick.
Shot right here in Detroit, Michigan, and some cities surrounding it.
Stop telling people where you're from, dude. Nobody's gonna bother you up there. Nobody's coming.
Yeah, right.
Give me your address. It won't matter.
Yeah.
Have you seen Barbarian?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I love how Detroit's just always the biggest shithole in the world. Every time they show like a movie that's in Michigan, set in Michigan, it's just like everything's destroyed. It might as well be like the end of the world or something. At least this movie does a pretty good job showing like the outskirts of like Detroit and stuff too, just normal suburbs.
The burbs. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But then you also go into Detroit a bit as well. But yeah, I love this movie. There's like a malevolent force that basically every time, one person has sex with another person and then they pass on this entity that will kill you eventually unless you have sex with another person and then you pass it on to them and then it goes after that person. So, it's one of those things. It's like, a lot of people think it's talking about, passing on like STDs and stuff like that. And, yeah, that's part of it or whatever, but it's just a really solid movie and it's ambiguous for sure. We talked about this on the WTF.
You had a great stream with it. Yeah.
Yep. And I think Micah Monroe gives a really great performance in this. I think the whole cast does, honestly.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And you have a lot of like summertime feels because she's laying out by the pool. Then you have that whole beach sequence.
You go to the lake.
Yeah, and
But Naked Fucker on the Roof did a great job. Be creepy.
Yeah, that still haunts Alan's dreams. The naked guy.
The girl eating in the hospital. Oh my god, my skin crawls just thinking about that fucking scene.
Yeah. And they make sure that everything's just kind of ambiguous in the film. There's new cars, there's old cars, there's new technology with that like flip phone clamshell thing,
E-reader. It's an e-reader.
E-reader. Yeah. Yeah, and like so there's there's, it's very ambiguous. Even the time that it's set, like even around, like it feels like summertime for sure because you have them going to the beach and then you have the pool, but then also there are some like pumpkins in the background and stuff like that too. Like it could be
in December.
It keeps you a little off kilter.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are even scenes where people are wearing jackets sometimes as well. So it really, the whole thing's pretty ambiguous in a way, but it definitely feels like a summertime movie. And if you live in Michigan and you're going to the beach and you're swimming and you're in your pool and shit, it's summer, because any other time of the year it's fucking freezing. So
well, and also Michigan, the Rust Belt, just in general, the weather's fucking nuts.
It is.
It can get cold in summertime. It can, it can. It doesn't get freezing cold, but it can get chilly. Let's put it that way. So there'd be times where you would take a fucking jacket.
And then the score to this as well, done by Disaster Piece. Great score. It's a huge part of the movie too. I love the score of this film. And yeah, I mean that's really it. There's some good gore effects. It's very creepy. But it's not like in your face, like jump scare creepy. It's just like you'll just see this giant tall guy in a doorway, and weird shit like that. And like Alan was saying, the naked guy on the roof, I mean, there's just all these random things that you just see like in camera as it's panning out. And it's like, holy shit, what's that? So yeah, I love It Follows. Great movie. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it.
No, modern horror sucks, dude. So.
Right.
You gotta show that to all the early teenagers, scare them into not having sex.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Showing sex ed.
Yeah, had we done this stream later, you could have shown the Second Sight limited edition.
I know. I look forward to showing that off. Sometime in like mid to late September. So
no, you'll get it at the end of the month, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Even though the date
I've already pre-ordered that one, I think.
Even though the date got pushed back, he's still going to get it early. He'll get it, a couple weeks early anyway.
Yeah. So put up a video first, and you'll get more views.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh. Yeah.
So, all right. So my number one is another Eli Roth movie, and this is probably top tier Eli Roth. My favorite movie of his, and that's Cabin Fever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's still my favorite of his movies of all time. Like probably won't change. Pancakes, yeah. So pretty easy premise here. These kids go out to the woods, rent a cabin. They make a bet to where they have to drink beer the whole time that they're there. And if they drink water, then they lose the bet. And then there's this flesh-eating virus there that if it gets infected in the water, when they kill this accidentally, well, they don't mean to kill this hobo who is like infected with this flesh-eating virus, but his body
fire. I mean, there was an accident about it.
Well, I mean, he
beat him and burn him.
He comes at them too at first too. So, but his body ends up in the water and it's infecting the whole ecosystem basically. And so anybody in the area that drinks the water is fucked basically with this skin flesh-eating virus. Just an awesome movie. I grew up watching Boy Meets World, and to see Ryder Strong and something else like that was pretty awesome to see.
Yeah.
James DeVello, I liked him a lot in Detroit Rock City, and he's great in this too. As just kind of the goofy side character. Joey Kern's cool in here too. He was like the stoner dude in Super Troopers.
Party Man.
Party Man, yeah. Well, Party Man that's Giuseppe Andrews from Detroit Rock City as well.
Yeah,
got a couple of those people from that. It's got the girl in here from Not Another Teen Movie who plays the topless foreign exchange student.
Oh,
the
yeah.
naked chick. The naked chick in every movie she's ever been in.
Yeah, and you also got what's her name? Jordan Ladd. She was in a lot of movies around this time too. And it also has a couple cameos from Eli Roth himself in here too. So just an overall blast of a movie. Just watching these characters like slowly die off from this flesh-eating virus one by one is just an awesome time to visit and see. Especially whenever he's smashing his girlfriend's face in with a shovel in one scene. She's so sick and she's decaying, and all you see is like skull of a face. It's pretty awesome to see. I love the backstory whenever Eli Roth's got his dog, Dr. Mambo, in that one scene.
Yeah.
And they're like talking about this this killer at a bowling alley and shit. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The store clerk owner
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty. It's a little racist of a scene, but
Fixing a gun for the
fixing a gun for the N-word.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
After credits scene with that though.
Yeah, the after credit scene. Yeah.
Watch the after credits.
Yeah. The whole damn movie is just a blast from start to finish for me. Can't say enough good things about Cabin Fever. It was great when I saw it in theaters for the first time. I didn't know what to expect, and I just came out loving it. So, and this edition is pretty much the only edition here, but the Blu-ray has more deleted extended scenes of gore in here than the DVD did. That's why it's the unrated director's cut. But it also has a family-friendly version on here as well. It cuts out everything, and it's really funny to see those types of things as special features on here. Yeah, can't say anything else about this, but great movie.
Yeah, I watched that version on Disney Plus. It was good.
Did you?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
The family-friendly version.
That's a Lionsgate property, so I don't think it's on Disney Plus.
That'd be another great steelbook.
It would be.
What happened?
Like I said, always got to fact check us, guys.
All right. Well, the lamest, most boring, most predictable pick ever in 1974. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was going to do a fake pick and pick Ebola Syndrome. It might be summer. I don't know. But it's in Africa. I'm sure it's hot. Written and directed by Toby Hooper. Takes place in a shot in rural Texas outside of Austin. I don't know if it actually takes place outside of Austin. Somewhere in rural Texas. Who fucking cares? Just everybody's seen this movie. I'm not going to go on and on about it. It's this is a great release for $20. I would recommend this one over The Second Sight, but I'll get into that sometime in another video. But this is, to me, quintessential summer horror. It feels hot. I mean, you watch the thing, it's like the heat is coming off the fucking screen. Everybody looks miserable because they were miserable. It was hot as fuck. You've got from the beginning, they're in an old van with no AC, and there's way too many people, and there's way too much shit in that van. It's got to be fucking miserable. You got Franklin's fat ass rolling around in there. It's got to be horrible. Even the houses that they go in don't have electricity, no AC. Yeah. Houses running on generators. The shots, just little shots, make you feel like summertime. There's a big shot of a sunflower seed field. This big sunflower seed field. People don't get that reference from the Netflix Chainsaw Massacre, the sunflower, all the sunflower shit in there, because it's an homage to this one. There's a sunflower seed, and people forget about that. But everything about it's disgusting, dirty, uncomfortable, and as a big fat fuck, when it's super hot out, that's what it's like. The super 100 degree days is a nightmare for a fat fuck, and that's what you think of that's what I think of when I watch this. I just watched it again recently. I watched The Second Sight. Holds up really well. Still get that same summer feel, but to me, this is the quintessential. I'm going to watch a summer horror movie. This is the one I watch. Like I said, as cliche and as lame as that pick is, that's the pick. So everyone's seen this, and like I said, I think this is the edition to get, even over the standard edition. This one's 30. This one's 20. This one has a little bit more features and a different scan. I like this scan better. This one that was a little too clean. They cleaned it up a little too much. This one, you get some grindhouse stuff in it. Plus, this is an American release, automatically makes it better.
Appreciate that slip, man. Look at that slip for a minute.
Great,
what a great fucking slip that is.
Badass. Like I said, man, I don't regret buying this. I wanted to see the scan, but this is the way to go, in my opinion. But anyway, TCM, you've all seen it. Check it out.
Yep.
And now Jaws.
Yeah.
No. I said it wouldn't be no Jaws. So my number one is going to be The Return of the Living Dead.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Yeah, it takes place 4th of July weekend.
Yep.
Definitely summer. One of my favorite horror movies of all times. It's always going to be in my top 5 for sure. Love the movie. Seen it in theaters when it first come out. I've seen it a million times since. Directed by Dan O'Bannon. Cast is fucking stellar. You have the great Clu Gallagher, James Karen, which I fucking love him and Tom Matthews in this. They're great together. the opening shots when they're in the office, whatever, he's a new employee. You got the old employee. He's fucking with him. He's telling him about shit. What's the craziest thing you've ever seen? Whatever. He tells him about the whole story about the Night of the Living Dead, how it was a real story. They just kind of changed it around. Go down to see the fucking barrel with the fucking tar man in the fucking barrel. There's so many iconic shots in this movie. So many great lines. The fucking music. The music itself it makes the movie great. Even if the movie was just mediocre, the music itself would elevate it to be a great movie. But on top of the great soundtrack, you also got a great fucking movie. Linnea Quigley, whatever, is pretty much naked the entire fucking time. Little thing about that, whatever, is, most of the females back then, whatever, they had more hair down there. And so they couldn't do the full frontal. So they got the idea of shaving everything. Well, that was even fucking worse than you could see everything. So they ended up putting like a cod piece on her, so he kind of covered it up a little bit. That's how they got around some of the ratings. But she's pretty much bare ass naked the whole movie. She ain't real pretty after a little while. She gets pretty fucked up looking. She turns into a zombie. But if you're into that kind of thing, but the fucking zombies are great. Back in the day, the zombies in this movie are fucking great. I thought the zombie body they bring inside the morgue to kind of interview or whatever, the one with the little spine jumping around.
Yeah.
What a great fucking looking effect. I love the mortuary guy, the guy in the fucking mortuary played by Don Calfa, Ernie. I thought he did a great job. And I was kind of surprised when they did part 2 to this movie. He came back to apply to be in part 2 or to audition for part 2, and he didn't make the cut to be in part 2 because James Karen and Tom Matthews come back as different characters.
Yeah.
Well, he was supposed to come back, but they ended up getting somebody else to replace him, which I thought was stupid. I thought he did great in part 1. There's probably more to that story. But yeah, this is a fun time. Definitely a summer movie. Takes place 4th of July weekend. It's just, there's so many things about it that I love. Whatever. My favorite zombie in the movie is the little midget zombie. You see the zombie who's eating the brains, jumps up and runs around and falls down. That's the real dude that has no legs. And he told the director, he says, "Look, I can run 5 or 6 steps before I fall down." He says, "Well, we got to do that then." Made him into a zombie. He jumps up and runs. He has no legs, really. It's like he's just a midget or a little person. Sorry. But he gets up and runs like 5 steps and falls down. It's one of the funniest things of the movie to me. It's one of those things I usually rewind 3 or 4 times every time I watch it. But it's send more cops. More brains. Everything's great.
Hit it in the head. Hit it in the brain.
Skinny fucking dude, whatever, that they put great makeup effects on. Such a fun time. But this just happened to be inside this. This was the slip Brian sent me, and I put my Blu-ray of Jaws 2 inside it. So just kind of happened that way. But another good one. So, but anyway, Return of the Living Dead, my number 1.
Hit it in the brain. I did it in the goddamn brain.
I hit the fucking brain.
They're trying to figure out how to kill them.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
You got the fucking split dogs that are all fucking moist and alive, and it's great, man.
Yeah, and they're still making like dog sounds too. Which
watch your tongue, boy, if you like this job. This job.
That's a great pick. I didn't even think of that one.
Man. It's one of my favorites, man. And Brian, the more I look at this fucking slipcover, man, I fucking love the slipcover, man. I love that artwork.
Great.
I love it. So I appreciate you sending that to me.
Yeah, it's cool. I got the poster. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. But that's it, man. That's our top 5. So I think they're all pretty solid. Let's read out the chat here. And there's so many little things about this movie that I want to talk about that just nobody gives a shit about. Just like with the fucking general or the colonel, where the fuck he is. He goes home to eat dinner with his wife. He's such a prick. His wife's making his dinner, catering to him. Jesus Christ, Ethel, or whatever the fuck he's such a dick. And it's like, I don't know, just little things. I've seen this movie so many fucking times.
Yeah, what did she say? She's like, "I made you Salisbury steak." He's like, "Oh, I had that for lunch."
Right.
Like,
what a prick.
She made this like nice dinner or whatever, and he's like, whatever. Oh, and also there's a full-length documentary on that fucking release too. That's crazy, So it's like you get a lot with that release.
Oh yeah, it's a great release.
Yep.
All right, I'm trying to go back to where we left off here. I like this right here, and I agree. Chris says Predator 2 is a summer horror.
Absolutely, yeah. I considered it for sure. It's great.
And Jamie says, "Am I the only person who was bored to death by It Follows?"
I could see some people thinking it was slow. I loved it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, Sydney liked it. Sculder says It Follows didn't click with me.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have that problem for sure. Or they just
I agree.
didn't
It's a
vibe
bit
with
slow to
them.
me.
Yeah,
People from the Rust Belt love it. 'Cause it's kind of trashy. The people are kind of shitty.
yeah.
You know, it's not they're all like, not everybody's like super awesome and cool, and you know, the pools are above ground. You know, it's just it's a Rust Belt thing.
And Chris, I may need to revisit It Follows. And of course, Trini's shaking his head.
Yeah,
And Sculder.
they don't often agree.
I have like 3 different versions of It Follows. My digital copy and and 2 of my
Sets.
Terror 10 times sets.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Sculder saying what to Trini? Damn Dirty Apes. Jamie, same. I've even gave it a second chance.
Yeah, I could see that.
It follows. Jason says It Follows is my jam. The dreamlike atmosphere and unknown time period adds a special little thing to this brilliant film. On the surface, it has the STD theme, but it's a lot more to do with death.
Yeah.
Pretty laughing. Jason says, I tried to like it. I watched it quite a few times when it was on Stars, whatever channel it was, but I just couldn't get into it. High tension summer film. I love it to death. I had it pulled. It's right here somewhere, but I was gonna maybe pull that one, but I think it probably. I mean, it looks kind of gritty and grimy. I don't know when it takes place.
It's either late summer or straight up fall when school's out.
Very nice Cabin Fever. That movie freaks me the F out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alice says everyone knows not to sit next to
There's
Dennis.
a sign.
Was Zombievers a summer movie? You know, as Trini, it's funny you say that. Whatever it was something I thought about doing, but I couldn't really put it as a top 5. But yeah, I mean, fuck, they're outside swimming in the fucking lake. I think it would qualify as a summer movie.
Yeah.
Max says, I think the filming locations of Detroit really adds to the cool atmosphere of It Follows. It feels like nothing else I've seen from recent years.
Yeah, I'm glad they're doing that. You know, like I said, I'll bring up the Rust Belt again. A lot of those Rust Belt towns, Cleveland, Toledo, all around, they all look like that. So it's not just Detroit. I feel like picking on Detroit. There's a lot of people, you know, when the jobs left, they abandoned homes, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
Alice says the scene with the girl shaving her decaying leg is so rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you even be shaving your
Why
leg?
would you shave your legs when everybody's dying? And it seems
Yeah.
like, you know, habit, I guess.
Yeah, that scene freaked me out, Allie. That's Chris. All right. Pops, you hear the screeching of an owl, you hear the wind begin to howl, you know there's zombies on the prowl. Is this fucking Thriller, Michael Jackson? you hear the beating of your heart, or the screaming gonna start. Here comes the really scary part. I guess we'll get to it in a minute. Riverman says Cabin Fever is great.
Yeah.
It is. The OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody had to pull it.
I didn't show it, but that's under the slip. It's the old poster art. If anybody's not familiar with this release by now, Black Friday, dude, this thing's gonna be what, $14, $13?
We'll
Probably.
see. I don't know.
I don't know, but I mean, it's Best Buy carries it. So
True.
Trini says I have the UK steelbook for Cabin Fever. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alice says, is he really a doctor? Yeah, of being a dog. Face.
hey,
Yeah, TCM feels hot and very damn dirty.
yeah,
Love that movie, Pops. Yep, me too, Trina. Get ready to party. Tar Man is creepy. That walk he does is just great. Got it down. Riverman says, interested in why you didn't like the second site release. It's far superior in my opinion.
well, I got many issues with it. Well, I really only have one issue with it. First of all, this one has more features. This has a different scan. This is a German scan, and they left some of the filth in there. They left some of the griminess to it. Feels more grindhouse. This fucking looks like a real movie. This looks like a fucking, like, you know, it's almost, they cleaned it up too much. It's the better scan. They did a better job, but I think it's too clean. That was my only issue with it. It's not that I don't like it. I just prefer the one where they left a little bit of, roughness to it.
Chris says, I have both versions of TCM like Brad does in the Steelbook Blu-ray that Dark Sky released earlier. That's the only one I've watched of it. And I probably got more copies of that movie than any other movie I own. I would think. Halloween would be a close second. Chris says, I need to fully watch Return of the Living Dead. Great pick, Pops. You need to fully watch it. You never fully watched Return of the Living Dead? Come back when you've done that, please. I'm surprised nobody had Sleepaway Camp on their list. Definitely one of my favorite summer horror movies.
It's a really good, really strong one, man.
It is. Yeah, the intro, that counts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second one's great too. It's a lot more like fun, kind of campier, you know.
Right.
Here's one I was surprised didn't get pulled. Tremors.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tremors is another excellent one. Yeah.
Bunny Doctor and Cabin Fever.
Yep.
Riverman said, is it bad that I like Return of the Living Dead 2 better than the first? It is. It is, I think. It is bad. You need to hit me up on Instagram, we'll talk.
I like part 2 a lot too.
I like part 2 a lot too. Don't get me wrong, I do like part 2. It's fun. But it's a big drop off for me though, personally. As far as rewatchability, I very rarely go back to 2 that often, whatever, but 1 I'm watching at least once a year.
He's gonna watch it after the stream.
Right. Be a double feature.
Great picks by all. This is why this is the best team on YouTube. I appreciate it, Trini.
Thanks, Trini.
Nice of you to say.
I agree with you.
He's the humble one of the bunch.
Yeah.
Chris, he says Tremors is a summer film.
This is
I thought
another
about
one
Tremors. I
where
thought about it.
Like, I don't know if it's summer or not, but it's in Perfection, Nevada. Perfection.
It feels summer.
It's got to be summer.
Yeah. I mean, that's what counts. It definitely feels like a summertime movie for sure.
Technically, that is near. It's like Southern Nevada, near like Bisbee, Arizona. So I mean, it's got to be hot, whether it's summer or not.
Right. Yeah, Eddie says saw Return of the Living Dead for the first time a couple months ago and loved it, especially the soundtrack.
Yeah, it's a killer soundtrack for sure.
Yes, Scolder is guy always in good fun.
Yeah.
Y'all are great. Have a good weekend. You too, buddy.
Thanks,
you hanging out with us, man.
Yeah.
We were caught up on the chat. That's a fun stream. I knew it would be. You guys did have some great picks, man. And there's a lot that we could do this next summer and probably pick all different movies.
Yeah, there are lots to choose from.
Definitely some great movies to watch, man. It's always fun when it's a stream and I can go back and rewatch some of these great films. I didn't watch really anything new, but it was just a bunch of ones I really fucking love. The one that I probably really enjoyed the most rewatching again was this one right here. It's been a while since I've seen this one, and I forgot just how fucking great it was. Really like it.
Check out Anthony's top 10. He pulled some other titles also that are different.
Yeah, this top 5 that I did is completely different than my top 10 because I wanted to pull just different stuff. I wanted to talk about different movies. I didn't want to do the same thing that I did over there. So
yeah, we stole this straight from Anthony's. This was 100% his deal. We just stole it right from him.
I appreciate you guys liking it so much, man. It's fun. Like Alan was saying, we could do this every year, basically. New top
absolutely.
5, so much to talk about. So yeah.
So, but yeah, guys, I appreciate everybody hanging out. It was a good time.
Under 3 hours, we got it, nailed it.
Not bad. We're getting better at this, man. Speed things up a little bit. But hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend. And you guys want to talk about anything else we get out of here? Anything coming up? Brad, you got anything coming up?
Monday, we're going to do the WTF of the Neon Demon.
Oh, yeah, I got to fucking watch that.
It's going to be these 4 guys right here. So watch it before Monday because we're going to spoil the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I never did grab it from Hamilton Books, so I'm going to have to stream it.
8 o'clock p.m. Yeah.
You haven't seen it yet, Pops?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, man.
You're in for
I'll watch it tomorrow. I'll watch it tomorrow, either after the stream. I'll watch it probably tomorrow.
You'll think you're watching a fashion show at the beginning of the movie, but
it's going to be something.
Yeah, I believe it's still on Prime for free.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, I'll watch it, and like I said, if I like it, I'll order it. Well, it won't be in time for the stream, whatever, but I'll have it here eventually if I like it. Yeah. You'll know Monday if I like it or not.
Right.
So, but I appreciate you guys hanging out. It's always a good time. Look forward to these damn things, these top 5s. It's my favorite shit to do.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all have a good weekend. We'll be back with another one real soon, guys. Y'all be good.
See you guys.